Bro fell off a balcony.
Whoa, what?
The screen.
Wait.
Drop the break.
What
That's
the? Okay, no. So I'll just say Winston is not happy. Winston is not happy. And guys, beyond this just being about Tuchel, this is going to be a discussion about international football and managers and where they should come from. Because right now, a big discussion is happening in Winston with regards to why the hell is Winston Churchill being managed by a German? Why is that happening? And should Winston Churchill be managed by a German? So we're going to talk about Tuchel, him being hired, but specifically more so, should an English manager have been taken? Why are English managers bricks? And did the FA make the right decision? So guys, this is a midweek emergency hangout stream. It's obviously not scheduled, but it is what it is. Remember, guys, like the video, subscribe if you're new. Eminem's cut the freaking check. Eminem's cut the damn check. Eminem's cut the damn check. Cut the damn check. Eminem's cut the damn check. Prodigy's cut the damn check. So I've got my meal. I've got my drink. Hopefully, if you have a meal or drink, get that. If you don't have a meal or drink, and subscribe, get off my damn channel. If there's anything you wish to add to the show, feel free to send it to Dubinski. Remember, guys, your super chats and your Dubinskis helps keep this channel growing, helps me to keep me subscribed to Rachel's fat ass on OnlyFans, and as well to help all the poor people in the world. So, before we actually get into the English managers and everything, I want to just gauge the mood.
Samasi isn't here, and he said that.
Can I speak?
Samasi isn't here, and he decided to say that. I'm just saying.
That's what I'm saying. So, no, it's true. So, let me start, and then I'll go to AK, and we'll go around the room. I feel that this is the right hire. Will this win England a major trophy? No. England, of course, they're never winning a major trophy anytime soon. That's just the reality of the matter. But I do believe that this is the right hire. Because in terms of Tuchel's ability to say what's up in cup competitions and in knockout competitions, I think 100% this can work. And I think that to a certain degree, he can cook. To a certain degree, he can cook with England because he's literally a better version of Southgate. So before we get to should it be English and everything, I feel this is the right move. But this is what people need to understand here. Yes, club and international are different. That's one thing. Hear me and hear me well. This international football are about the players. There is nothing Tuchel can do that can turn Kane into a guy who doesn't drop a disaster class in a major final. There's nothing Tuchel can do to make Philip Foden play like an actual number 10 rather than a false 10. At the end of the day, you can bring the best managers away. You have brought Pep, Carlo. These international managers can only take you so far. You as individuals, you're the guys that have to close the deal and make the actual difference in these games, man. So AK, talks to me, Tuchel for Winston. Is this a good hire?
Yeah. First of all, rest in peace to the Liam Payne guy, One Direction.
Yes, rest in peace.
Yes. On Tommy Tukes, man. I think I said it, but I think I said it in your comments, bro. This might be the best decision the English FA has taken, probably ever. Like, this might be the best ever decision by the English.
How so?
Football. So, I mean, based on what I've lived, like, I never thought Sven was a great manager at the time. I didn't think I didn't think
how old were you at the time when Sven was hired?
I wasn't born, but I've
There we
read.
go. No.
I've read. I've done some reading. I've went back, watched videos, done readings, and done my due diligence and due research on this topic.
You see, AK, do you know why that's dangerous? People like to rewrite history. And specifically, they like to rewrite history after the fact. When Sven was hired, Sven was seen as one of the best managers in the world. So it was a big deal because the only bro, he back then.
That people,
that's when Lazio had.
They said
what?
They said the things that I was seeing, like they said he was like a bit washed and stuff like that. But
AK, people love to rewrite history. You see, only because he didn't hire and people now went to get it, then they're washed. No. When Sven-Göran Eriksson was hired, I believe he won like European Cup with Lazio. That's when Lazio had Nesta, they had Vieri. And that's when the Serie was seen as one of the... So if you coached in the Serie, you were one of the best managers in the world. That's when Serie was top in the early 2000s. Don't believe any crap. When Sven was hired, he was seen as one of the most elite tacticians and managers in the world when he was hired.
Okay, fine. Then that whatever I said just goes down the drain then. But I do think it's a very good decision because, bro, let's be real. Thomas Tuchel is the best available manager on the market.
Yes.
Like, there is not a better manager available now than Thomas Tuchel. And I think if you're talking about cup competitions, I'd argue he's the best in the world alongside Ancelotti. I think him and Ancelotti are the best cup managers in world football. So England, credit to the FA, what they've done is, who cares about we'll get to the coaching in England, but they've said, let's get the best available manager and try to do good because we need a trophy and we haven't won something in like 50 years, close to 60 years now. So I think it's a good hire. I think it's a good hire.
So from who was available, you don't think there was anyone better than Tuchel?
No, like there isn't. Like who is better than Tuchel? Like there is no one.
Kenny, talk to me. Was Tuchel the best available manager for Winston?
No. Obviously, I think there's two. You can see two ways. There's one way is going to be like.
What's the other way?
Obviously, there's two. People will say I had the best manager, which they have, and you have the people that would say you hire from only people from your country. You should have hired an English guy and all that stuff. But like, at the end of the day, with a lot of stuff in football, results is the end goal. If he wins, no one is gonna care that he was German. And if you lose, people will say, people will go directly to the fact that he's not English. But if he wins, no one's gonna care. I think the English women team there, I think their coach is.
I think it's Dutch. I think she's Dutch. Yeah.
And she won them a trophy.
And got to World Cup final.
Yeah,
and she went to World Cup. So like, they don't care. If you bring results, no one is gonna care. That
no. Okay. No, but Kenny, that's a massive. See, Kenny, I'm Nostradamus, so I've seen the future. England are not winning a major trophy. So in events that they will eventually fail, which they will, is it going to be like, is that bloody German? Are they going to? Are certain fans and certain newspapers now going to turn xenophobic?
Yes, of course. That's common. It's England. It's just we saw what happened at the Euros. Come on. They do it with their own players that are actually they have the English passport or the British passport. But of course they're gonna. If stuff don't go their way, of course they're gonna go to the German. It's to be expected. But like I said, and I think with Tuchel as well. Some stuff that I'm seeing online is funny because those same guys that was when there was rumors that Pep was the one that they offered Pep, I didn't see that much backlash.
You see, that's very obviously we'll get to the but if Pep or Klopp was hired, would there be people say that I'm not going to support England anymore? This is a disgrace. Like, would people be saying that? Because I almost feel as if people are using the foreign excuse because Tuchel isn't to the level of Klopp. I'm thinking, and also the way he left Bayern wasn't in the best manner. The way he left Bayern. So
the Daily Mail said they would make an exception for Guardiola.
Yeah,
The Daily Mail said that.
Yeah.
that's if he was Pep or Klopp, yeah, and that's the thing is that because the last image that you have of Tuchel is failing at Bayern.
Yeah.
Like, but Leverkusen just won the league. He left the Bayern job. That's what if Tuchel had gotten this job just after he won the Champions League with Chelsea, no one would bat now. People would say, "Oh, he's the grey eye and all that stuff." But obviously, as of right now, he just finished at the stint of Bayern, and I don't know. There's this perception that he plays defensive football, which is not true. And the three at the back, or whatever, he only played three at the back at Chelsea. If you look at the rest of the team he's went to, he plays four at the back, and he's quite versatile. And like for me, does he play like pragmatic? He plays pragmatic football against.
No, but see, Kenny, what is that? You do realize that Tuchel is not. So if you're ready for terrorist ball and negative ball, that's what Tuchel is about. So
no, that's not true.
No, that's not true. That's not
No. But look at did Bayern play entertaining football? Kenny, for a while, were we playing entertaining football or were we just playing effective football?
PSG and Dortmund played entertaining football.
And quickly, like Chelsea, there were some games, yes, where we played entertaining football. But let's be real, look at the squad he had. Look at the players he had. This guy had Werners, Havertz.
It was Doi. I mean, what he did with that team was Doi.
He didn't have especially when we're talking about forward players. Obviously, for Bayern, I think that if you watch some of the games, I don't think that going forward was probably that problem. I think that it was more like a defensive issue. But he's shown that he can be pragmatic when he needs to be. But like against team like Greece and Finland, he's not going to play pragmatic. But I do think that if he plays maybe a Spain, yes, he might go more pragmatic, or France. But I think he's a versatile guy. He's not like I don't like putting him as a brush as this guy is just a pragmatic coach now.
So basically, in short, you think it's a good hire?
Only time will tell. If he wins, it's going to be a good hire.
No. As of right now, do you think it's a good hire or not? Again, we can't predict the future, but do you think it was the right decision by the FA to hire him?
Yeah, yes, and quickly on, because people say English coaches. Like some of the.
No. Wait, that's it. That's a section. Okay. We'll get there. That's a section. Okay. What's it called? Elijah, what are we saying? Tuchel, right call.
Shout out to God. You know, I was going to sing the national anthem. I was going to sing the German
don't.
My German is not that.
If you try to, I'd cut your mic. So good.
It's just for my ABI. Yeah. Bro, bro said, "I'm sorry that I have a German passport."
Actually, why did he say I'm sorry?
Yo,
because they asked him about the German passport.
Tommy Tuchel is my guy, bro. I'm actually happy for him. I'm happy for this hire. I think the move. Let's be serious, banter aside. I think the move is fantastic. Honestly. I know what happened.
It was the only move they could make. It's like if you're trying to if your goal is we want to try and win, based on who is available and what they've done, this was the best possible thing you could do. Now, like we can't predict the future. We don't know whether Tuchel is going to be good internationally, whether it's him and it's a bad fit. But in terms of we want to win a tournament, who is the best manager out there who understands how to win tournament football where it's 6-7 games, tactical plan for a one-off game? Tuchel. So when you do the math, it makes sense.
Hey, so I was just respecting the fact of this, guys. So first and foremost, I'm pissed anyway about this because there was a long shot that Nigeria. That was a long shot. That's a long shot. But right now, our team is suffering from being detained in the Libya thing. That's a whole other situation. That FYI, that country needs to be inducted. I'm sorry, Libya, that whole North African thing. Like
yes.
RDS, did they make it out of Libya? Are they out of Libya yet?
Yes.
Libya isn't even a country, to be fair. They have like 2 governments, maybe even 3, maybe even 4.
Yeah, Boniface posted a picture, man. So
shut up. It's him, man. His name is Boniface.
It's crazy. But anyway, yeah. But about this, the thing is that I think it actually comes down to why they're acting that way. Is that I think that someone mentioned about if Pep was the thing, and they're right. But I think it's the thing. It's this, and it's stupid. but it's this idea of like there's something about this Germanness. You know, hoping of England, and it's like if it'd been Spanish and Italian, then like it's fine.
Wait, okay, no, okay.
No, RDS.
Okay. What if Elijah's boy was manager?
No, I think no. Contrary to what people
It's
say,
the same thing, HH.
No. Klopp got a lot of criticism from the English press, especially when he complained about fixture things and stuff like. It's the same thing. There is something about like a German, and this goes back to Churchill. This goes back to World War II tax, etc. It's like we can't have. It's a pride thing. Like if a German we beat them in the war, etc., etc. We can't have a German come in and conquer England, as it were. And lead the even though Anglo-Saxon is Germanic tribe, whatever.
No, okay. So, no. And the royal family are German as well.
Yeah, I know.
And they have sex with one another. Aren't they like cousins or something twice removed?
Okay, you're preaching to the choir, but
Inbred Cyclops.
There is this mentality that like I'll tell you now, like yes, okay, people if Tuchel won silver with England, yes, people would celebrate, but I can tell you. What the Daily Mail, all these articles, what they'll say, they'll be like something. It'll be like a snide backhanded. It'll be like something like, "Finally, Germany somehow conquered England" or something like that. It'll be like a backhanded compliment, even though Tuchel obviously delivers with Churchill. That's just reality, like, and that's entrenched in the establishment. So Tuchel needs to know that, like, he's already got if he loses. Like literally, you think the criticism that Southgate got Tuchel?
This is bro.
3, 4,
and also you have World War II to add some spice to criticism. Oh my god!
Exactly.
And also, okay, let's keep it real. If Tuchel doesn't make at least a final, that's a failure. Because Southgate's got to two finals.
Exactly.
So really, the only way let's be real. The only way you do better than Southgate is if you actually win the trophy. Yeah, because Southgate's got to go to the final.
Basically, what was like because his contract apparently is only 18 months.
Yeah.
So basically, what saying to Tuchel is, Tuchel, we're hiring you to win the World Cup.
To win the World Cup, pretty much. Yes.
Yes, basically, because they said that they're giving an
go win
extension
the World Cup. And in fairness,
and you know what? And I'm telling you right now, the way they're going about it. The very fact that you feel like we're so close, but Southgate is a break. Let's just hire a better version of Southgate and we're going to win the World Cup. No, guys, take a bet with me. England are not making the World Cup final. I guarantee you they're not making the World Cup final, 100%. Because I feel that Southgate was not the problem. Southgate was. I
disagree, man. I disagree.
Southgate was not the issue because I think like what this is about. There's something about the players, about the pressure, about the psyche and everything. Sorry, artists.
Would Mbappe still be playing for France? Because that could be a factor in whether England makes the World Cup final or not.
I mean, Pogba's coming back.
Elijah, you were rudely interrupted. Elijah, finish your point. What are you saying, Elijah?
I was gonna say the hire makes sense in my opinion because let's be honest, England has done really foolish jobs, has done foolish things when it comes to managerial decisions. I'm gonna take if you're a history merchant, that's cool, but we take it back 70s, 80s. You had a guy by the name of Brian Clough. Basically, at the time, was one of the most successful managers out there. You chose not to hire him. What do? You're inept. You hire somebody like a Don Revie. You lose to Yugoslavia at the crib. You're losing to, the Soviets at the crib. And you get dumped out of a World Cup. Then you decide to get Bobby Robson. He takes you to a few Euros. He takes you to a World Cup semi. You still criticize him. Then he decides to leave on his own power. You hire Graham Taylor. You get bounced out by the Netherlands. You can't go to the World Cup. You get one flukish, in a way, good-looking Euros with Terry Venables. Glenn Huddle tries. You get Sven. He beats Germany 5-1. He gets to a World Cup quarters twice. Still not good enough.
And also losing by penalties.
Yes.
And also again, this is why context is very key. When you look at those games, they didn't lose because of Sven's tactics. They lost because Gerrard and Lampard were bombs. And they didn't know how to score. The defense always did its job. The midfield was ass cheeks.
Yes. I'm going to be honest. I'm a Gerrard, I'm a Gerrard fan club merchant.
Stan.
Yeah,
Say a key thing that Tuchel has to do, and I don't know, is screw the media.
Yes.
They don't know anything about football. Because I think the biggest mistake that Sven made was Gerard Lampard. They've got to play. No. These guys, all they know how to do is just write xenophobic stuff and write xenophobic headlines. They're xenophobic merchants. Focus on it and ignore these guys that don't know anything about football. They're just there just to sell xenophobic headlines. But yeah,
they're there. They're just. It's a Ponzi scheme. What the English media is. But I'm not gonna lie. The same thing. Capello, you go and you get Roy Hodgson. He tries, but you lose. You get grouped by Costa Rica and Italy. You know what I mean? And then we get to Southgate. Southgate, in my opinion, has been the best thing since Alf Ramsey. And Alf Ramsey didn't even really have to do anything. He just got the Charlton brothers. He got a few other stars, and that's it. That's how they want to work. But it's all on the players. My issue with the English people, I was listening to some stuff today on TalkSport from English fans, guys like, oh, I can't support England anymore. My dad's been taking me to games since 1973, and I can't see a German singing the national anthem. Bro, there is
no.
Wait, you can't see a German singing the national.
How?
HH, people are more worried about a German singing the national anthem.
Elijah, you have to say it in the you have to say it in the Cockney accent. You have to say it in the
No,
Cockney
please
accent.
don't.
No, I'm not going to because it frustrated me enough. But the thing is, people are more interested in a German singing the national anthem than winning a trophy, something that hasn't been done since 1966.
But Elijah, some people are like, we want to win it a particular way. Because I think what people have to ask themselves is, what's more important to you? Just seeing England win or winning in the fulcrum of everything, of an English coach, manager, everything won us just for that. So what is more important to you? Because from the FA are like, no, we just want to win.
We just want to win. And I credit them for that. But HH, we're going to get into this later, because if it's just about the English way, well, then since Euro 96, there hasn't been somebody that can help. Maybe Southgate, so far, is the only English manager that can be able to help you win. That's it.
I'm not going to lie. I would have liked to see Potter with this team. I do think Graham Potter with this team.
I feel like.
Hold on, Simon.
I'll be so real with you. England are going to win a major title.
I agree. I agree, bro. I agree.
Wait. Are they going to win it under Tuchel?
I think, yeah, under Tuchel, man, it's a high possibility. I think it's a higher possibility because let's be honest. For the past couple of years, we've been relying on Italy. We've been relying on Spain. One of these days, they're going to get a Netherlands in the final, or one of those type of teams where you could say that they do not have the experienced managers to navigate through it, and they have the squad talent. That's the thing. They're top 4 in terms of pure talent and the talent pool that they do have. You add Tuchel to that. You give him more options to work with. I think this guy in the knockout stage, he's shown in PSG. He's shown it with Chelsea, not necessarily having the best quality overall compared to this England side. I just feel like this is a recipe made for them.
So you believe the Tuchel will deliver?
I think he will. It's either going to be the World Cup or the Euros. Our only hope. The problem is Messi's getting old, and then we're going to find out how good is this team without Messi. Even though they are a very talented team, Argentina, you're relying on France, an upcoming Spain, and it just feels like after that you don't have that much nations that can either match for them pound for pound in terms of talent, or that have the tactical know-how for someone like Thomas Tuchel in the knockout stage in terms of managerial setups. So with that being said, I just don't see a case where people are going to dodge it. I'll be honest, man.
Wait, hold on, Ziman, is that your fire alarm?
Yeah, who's backing up?
What's that, man?
No, that's the background. It's the trash collector, man. The collector trash.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just come on. What is it?
Yeah, but going on to it, I see no way where in which England don't end up winning a major honor. And I feel like a majority of people are holding on to that, saying they'll never achieve it. They'll never achieve it. It starts from somewhere. Unfortunately, this is more talented than the golden generation. I'll keep it a buck with you. Their talent pool is vast, and it has different array of talents than the golden generation.
No. In terms of talents,
no, they are. They're better.
No.
Hands down, they're better.
Zeman, that defense is ass. That defense is ass. No, based on just individual talents, those guys. No, listen. No. Here's the thing. This is more of a cohesive team. Bro, that's basically that team had a defense, a midfield, and an attack. This team doesn't have a defense.
What I mean by that is the amount of selections they have for every position.
Defense. Talk about defense.
Defense. You could also talk about the midfield options they have, the attacking options they have compared to a lot of nations. Their defense is not that bad with Maguire in it, and everyone complains about Maguire. No, that's the truth.
Zima, I'm just going to tell you right now.
Maguire's been one of the best international footballers in the world.
Let me tell you something right now. Eric Dyer will be called up and he will be starting. Eric Dyer will be called up and he will be starting.
Look, he was good.
Rick D. Shout out to your boy Rick, baby. Okay, wait, hold on. Hold on.
I just want to say this.
Yeah.
This is why I say your only kryptonite is going to be his squad selection. If this guy goes out and tries to recruit players that have died, and then he's trying to.
Eric Dyer is going to be in that team. You know that.
Eric Dyer is not going to be.
We might see.
Yes, he was. Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Vice England, beg rivalry, go, link, Scotland, Germany. Okay, does anybody understand what he's trying to say?
No, he's saying England should go. Pick a rivalry with Scotland, Germany versus Netherlands.
Okay, it's a real rivalry. Oh yeah, it's true. Yeah, 100%.
And to be let's be real. The Germans, they don't see England as a rival. They see the Netherlands more as a rival.
Yes, this is what I wanted to go to with Hokage. Then come to you, Bupinda, with this though. So Hokage, I told you.
Just one thing, AJ.
Yeah.
We might see Mason Mount back into the England lineup. I can't even lie.
100%.
Okay. Now that's
Mount is the guy who's played the. Mount's the guy who played the most games in the Tuchel.
Okay, that's a bit extreme. That's a bit extreme. So okay, see, what I wanted to say to you, and this sense of point is that, bro, like, do you think that Germans really? Samasi is an anomaly in and of herself, so she's an enigma. Are Germans actually bothered that Tuchel has taken the England job? And what is your view on so many English people being bothered that it's a German? In capital letters, has taken over them, but more so, is Tuchel the right man?
Bro, we don't care about. I don't live in Germany anymore. I haven't lived there in a while, but I don't think, from what I see on Twitter at least, bro, they don't care. I mean, they're talking about it. Tuchel's one of the top German managers, but they're not saying, oh, he's betraying the German people. Oh my God. Bro, it's because we weren't supporting Adolf Hitler, bro. That's a whole thing, you know. I mean, like, it's not like, you know, England were the good guys. England were the good guys back then. We were kind of the bad guys back then. So, there's no narrative around that in Germany. It's just, all right, he's England manager. What's he's gonna do? Whatever. Obviously, talking about, you know, the end of Bayern. What happened at Bayern was a little worrying. You know, him dropping the ball in big games. What it is. Listen, Tuchel, the really interesting thing I want to see with Tuchel is, all right, who from Gareth Southgate's core is getting dropped and who will be the guys he trusts? Because in my opinion, because of this whole rhetoric, I'm actually really surprised. I knew the English had this disdain for Germans and the German fans and German teams.
Yeah.
I was kind of shocked when you made that tweet reacting to the Daily Mail headline. Bro, I didn't know it runs that deep, to be honest.
Oh, no, it does. No. Also, you have to remember, you see, not everywhere in England have these kinds of views, but the Daily Mail know the audience that they are playing into. And for particular sections in England, they will never change the way they think. And the kids will always have these reinforcings of, 10 German bombers, blah, blah, all that other kind of stuff. So it's like that.
I've read an article. I've read an article about Margaret, what's her name? Margaret Thatcher?
Yeah, Thatcher.
Former Prime Minister of England. She wasn't a fan of the German unification. So that just says how deep.
Who?
Yeah.
Thatch. Margaret Thatch.
Yeah.
Thatch.
Yeah. She told that Helmut Kohl in a meeting, but
she was pro-apartheid South Africa, so
yes, no. Basically, they said don't talk ill of the dead, which I'm not. But when she was alive, she was a bitch. So that's what I'm gonna say.
but
so Hokage, like so basically, but Tuchel though, do you think that Tuchel is? Do you think this is a good hire for England?
I think it's good, but I'm a little disappointed because I was really hoping England either continue with that Carlisle guy or they go for a Graham Potter. Carl, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, Carl. Okay,
whatever.
Carlos,
that bum, that no-name bum. Anyway.
No, because that speaks to our next topic, which is that why are they not sticking with English and why do they feel they now need to go foreign? But continue though.
The interim is not even English. The guy is Irish.
The guy is Irish.
He's Irish.
Yeah, I think that's okay. Anyway, but I think he's a good hire right now. But I am disappointed because I did.
Hey, Z-man, Irish people don't like
okay, keep talking. Just keep talking. Okay, keep talking.
I did wish they went for like a Potter. The reason why is because bring Potter in, he will definitely not play the way Southgate plays. England get worse results. The English fans will now see that Southgate's approach is the way. In my opinion, Southgate's approach is the right approach.
And that's what the FA realize.
Yeah.
Of course, because the FA, these guys are not stupid. They're like, no. If we go gonko, like think about it. Through this pragmatic way, we've reached 2 finals. So what do? Let's just have a better version of what we are doing, which is Tuchel. So pragmatism had to break down, but a better tactician. Don't radically, basically, if England were getting grouped or not in the quarters, that's when you now radically go in a different direction. But when you've been to 2 finals, losing narrowly, it's like, no, we are on the right path. We just need a better version of what we are doing, which is Tuchel.
Yeah, and with Tuchel coming in, my main thing is who is going to be his core because, I'm not joking when I say Eric Dyer genuinely can become a starting center back in the back 4 because I'm sorry, Maguire, he's great in the back 3, great for England, but in a back 4, the guy is garbage. I don't care if he has the England jersey on, the guy is garbage. Look what Eric Dyer did under Tuchel in the games against Arsenal and Real Madrid. The guy was solid. He looked like a world-class defender. So that's why I'm saying I wonder who he's going to bring in and which players he's going to trust. Obviously, Kane is going to start because, Kane, poster boy, English, this and that. But Tuchel will drop Foden if he needs to. Tuchel will drop Saka if he's not performing. He has the balls to do that. The reason why I like it too is, yes, Tuchel, with this whole German narrative going on, I do think he has to tread carefully with the media. But he will not succumb to the media. He is not that kind of guy. He's never been that kind of guy in his entire career. He will play who's in form. He will play who he thinks will win them games. And if you're dropping stinkers like you have for the last 5 months, you're not playing, dude.
He will do that.
You'll be on the bench, but you're not going to start. So I think you're going to see a shift in the squad, and I'm interested to see what he does.
Okay, so RDS is took the right man. RDS.
Hey, can you give me 2 minutes? Sorry, give me 2
Okay,
minutes.
cool.
AJ, can I go next?
Yeah, but go for it.
So, AJ, can you show my ABI?
Brexit, shut up. Well, Brexit does mean Brexit, so.
Well, I don't want to get too political.
No, please don't.
To be honest, I'm not surprised because if you look at the current market for coaches or managers, I think there isn't really a better choice to pick. I think Thomas Tuchel is, to be honest, a really, really good fit for this team. I would say. I think defensively he's probably one of the best out there, I would say. And I'm just, excited to see if he drops big names because when he came to Bayern, he said, Leon Goretzka, and at that time, Leon Goretzka was an established Bayern player who was one of the first names on the team sheet. He dropped him. And I'm excited to see if he does the same thing to a certain 47, if you know what I mean.
So do you think that because the English media is different, bro? Do you think he wins the war against the media? Do you think he'll succumb to media pressure?
It's difficult to say because
my advice to any English manager is you have to completely be strong enough to completely ignore everything that the English media says, because those guys are morons and numbskulls. I have no idea what the hell they're saying. But many people succumb to the pressure of the media.
I mean, it will depend. I think it will depend on the playing style, because I can see a scenario if he goes a similar pathway like Gareth Southgate went. I think people will start doubting him, even if the results are there, and I think they will doubt him quicker than Gareth Southgate, because I think until the Euro final in 2021. I think Gareth Southgate had the backing of probably every English fan, I would say.
Yeah.
But after that, because of that disappointment and the way you played, and because you prioritize defensive football and not even achieving the goal of winning that final, it was a big disappointment. So I could see the public turning on him, but yeah, I think Thomas Tuchel is a really good fit for this team, especially we know how he performs in cup tournaments. I think also if you look at the Bayern Madrid game, I think he set up the Bayern side perfectly against this Madrid side. It was just individual mistakes of Bayern.
And even look at that Chelsea Real Madrid game.
Yeah.
Tactically, he almost got it right. So he's but UCL and international football, those are two very different things, and these are different sets of players. So. Of
course, but if you compare him to other coaches in other nations, let's say Julian Nagelsmann, what's the name of the Spanish guy? I forgot. De La Fuentes.
Oh, yeah, De La Fuente. Yeah.
I don't think there is much difference between them, like in terms of their knowledge of the game and their pedigree. I think Thomas Tuchel is probably sits at the same table or even a table.
So let me ask, does anyone feel that Tuchel is a bad hire?
Wait, Core, I mean, HH, I need to say something.
Yeah, go for it.
They're not just getting Tuchel. As of today, the papers have been signed, the passports are through. Core has claimed City and England. So Core is officially English, and Core is officially a City fan. So he is not just getting Tuchel.
Oh my God.
England has Coach Core in the setup. So I'm just.
Do you think
that's important?
Wait, what?
Can we see Core sing the English national anthem?
No, we can't.
Oh man, no.
we can't.
Core an England top man. That's.
Yeah, no, that's something that I don't want to say. Okay, so Ardius he'll cook.
So, what's the question? Do I think Tuchel will cook, or what's?
Yes, so do you think that this is the right fit? That this makes sense? The hire makes sense?
Yeah, no, of course. This is the first time where you could think that the FA are thinking actually long term. You summarized it well in that Tuchel is a pragmatist. I mean, I think the only thing I guess you would say is that Tuchel is someone that doesn't tend to go with authority. So, and I think
but international football culture is different from club football culture.
It is different, so. But I can see why they've said, okay, you've got an 18-month contract. And let's be real, I know a lot of people criticize saying Tuchel for a Bayern Munich. If Neuer hadn't made that fumble, Bayern probably win the Champions League.
They probably would have won that game.
Let's keep it a stack. Like, it wasn't Tuchel's tactics that made them lose to Real Madrid. Like, if Neuer just didn't make that mistake, they probably win that game. And
also, if Benzema didn't turn into freaking Super Saiyan, we beat Real Madrid.
So this is the I don't know about that, but so one side of Chelsea.
Trying to bring your own trauma into this, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, why not? I'm shameless.
He did it. But the point I'm trying to make is that like he has shown that he's a tournament manager, and as people already said, England I think already have the components, the depth that the players that they have. He's certainly going to be one player. I'm sure he has his favourites, but I'd imagine that he would try to play players. Based on form, given the criteria he has. So, yeah, I like to think of it this way. Like, if you look at all the top footballing nations and you offered them a Tuchel, how many of them would say absolutely not, hell no? Maybe Spain, just because of philosophy reasons. But
would Germany take Tuchel? France probably would.
Germany,
Portugal, I'm not sure.
If Nagelsmann fails, which he might do, I think they probably would consider Tuchel.
No, I don't think. Because remember, what did Tuchel say? I feel more loved and appreciated in England than I do in Germany. So that statement is out there. It does exist out there. So
if they offered him the job, he would accept it.
I think if they offered him the job, he'd be sort of like, the Netherlands. The Netherlands, I think, definitely would. So even though it was German, so like the point I'm trying to make is that like you can count on your hand the amount of countries in the world that if you offer them Thomas Tuchel, they would go, no, we want our different sorts of thing. There's maybe two nations, so that already tells you that this is a good manager in Portland.
Okay, so
remains to be seen.
So Samasi needs to rant and swear in German. So who wants to quickly just do a quick swap Wabinski with Samasi? Just let me know. Because Samasi, it's pretty much full. But if anybody wants to do a quick swap Wabinski with Samasi, let me know, because I know she wants to say a thing. So everyone here believes that this is a good hire. So there's no one here who thinks that.
Yeah,
Wait,
good.
didn't she call him a
okay,
traitor?
all right. Well, let's just continue without that.
Yeah, he was called a traitor.
No. She called him Judas. She called him Judas, man. Okay, so let me hit the door, but now let's not get to the real talk now. So David C, Rule Britannia people losing their shit, love it. David C, that's a great transition. Now, so guys, if you've been, because I've been on YouTube, I've been on Twitter, I've been all around, and a lot of people are, why not an English coach? Why not an English coach? Why not an English coach? So guys, this is where I'm at with this. And I think I've said, but I'll just reiterate it for this show. I believe in international football, I should face your players, your manager, your coaching staff, and your association. If I'm facing Greenland, the manager better from Greenland. If I'm facing Alaska, I want to see a damn polar bear with a clipboard and a rain jacket. The whole point of international football is I am facing every aspect of you. So your players are from a particular country, but why does the manager have to be from another country? So saying that the only people who can coach and manage are Spanish, Germans, Portuguese, and Argentines and Italians, and that's it. Oh, and maybe throw in French in there. No. You succeed and you fail with your own. So from that point of view, I do sort of agree that, no, wait, your manager should be the country of origin. Now, I think that should be a rule. I think it should be a rule by FIFA where, no, your manager has to come from the country of origin. With that being said, what were the FA supposed to freaking do? What people have to do is look at it from the FA's point of view. Our job is to create a situation and give our team the very best chance to win a tournament. The reality is, since 1992, an English manager has not won one of the major leagues. Since 1992. He has neither won one of the major leagues or won the UCL. The harsh reality that English people don't want to accept is there are no world-class English managers. The last world-class English manager was Bobby Robson. That was the last world-class one. If you had a choice between Tuchel, Lamps, Stevie G, Eddie Howe, and Quidditch, bro, there's no decision to be made. Of course, you're going to go for Tuchel. It's obvious. So the real question we're having here is, how do we have a situation where Southgate got this job by mistake? He wasn't under because he was a world-class manager. He was supposed to be like, because remember, he came in due to Allardyce secret microphone tax, and then he got a job and he just miraculously did well. But this is my key point that I want to make here. And people disagree. It ain't about the manager. Guys, I'm sorry, Scalloni is not a world-class manager. He's not. Scalloni is not a world-class manager. He's cool. I can take a bet with you. Let Scalloni take a club managerial job and you'll see just how much of a mediocre manager he is. Scolari gave us 7-1. Scolari, that same man that's guided Brazil to the World Cup, he gave us 7-1. Most international managers are not the best managers in the world. So it's not about the manager. It is about the right guy who can provide the right platform for the players to execute. International football is the perfect avenue for who are you really as a player? How good are you truly as a player? So in my view, and this is the reality here, Tuchel will not be the difference between England winning or losing a major tournament. It won't be. The difference will always be the players. Because I'm sorry, was it? So we say again, so look, that's the Euro final. 3 guys missed a penalty. Now, don't racially abuse them. That's just stupid. This is only efficient ball. But at the end of the day, 3 guys missed a penalty. Second one was, bro, what, you want to go toe-to-toe with a team as good as Spain? Really?
Can you bring up Jay Roden's comment, please?
So if it's not about the manager, then why do we give... Wait, who was... No. What...
If the players got them to the final.
Then. No. Listen to what I said. You gave credit to the manager of what platform do you create? Southgate's platform was, we're going to be hard to break down, pragmatic, execute. So my pragmatic approach. The rest of it is for the players. So Southgate's credit is, I have created you the platform, and that platform got us to 2 finals.
But Southgate as well was the reason that in the first of those 2 finals, when they were 1-0 up, he decided to keep playing pragmatic and did not flip a switch tactically.
Okay,
flip
what switch?
No, wait, let me just finish.
Okay,
I'm not saying that Southgate is a master tactician or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying that Southgate got them to a point where they were one of the best teams at those tournaments based on where they finished.
Mm-hmm.
But England saw you were doing well, but we need a guy who could just add that extra bit. It's not saying Southgate is Tuchel's 5 times the manager of Southgate. Tuchel just adds that extra bit of tactical flexibility where in a final or a semi-final where the margins are super thin, maybe a Thomas Tuchel could flip the switch to make you be the benefactor of that thin margin rather than Southgate.
Oh, no. Okay. No. That may be, but okay, I truly believe that, yes, to an extent. That is true to an extent, but I still believe that the underlying reality is it is going to come down to the desire, the quality, and the bravery of those players. And what we have to stop doing is these players escaping responsibility. It's the manager, it's the coach, it's the manager, it's the coach.
No, of course. I don't want any England fan to come out here and be like, oh, Tuchel was the reason we lost that. No, you have Tuchel. You've all proclaimed him as one of the best managers in the world. Now these players are under more scrutiny than before. Because
the point I'm making is that I believe that there was no reason to Southgate. There was no reason at all. Because Southgate wasn't perfect. Like Southgate's biggest mistake was you're not strong enough to ignore the outside noise. Foden had to be dropped. I'm not brave enough to drop Foden. But my thing though is, I'm saying right now, Tuchel is will not make a difference. Do not be shocked if England do not reach a final. Hold on, let me go to Kenny. So Kenny, where do you stand on managers coming from the country of origin, and do you believe that England, succeed and fail with an English manager, or no, they had to go non-English because English managers are trash?
No, I do think that the FA took they took a low risk. That's a low risk hire.
Low risk?
Yeah, because technically, if people say they didn't hire an English guy, but you can say to them, we hired the best manager that was available, and that's what. If you look at the press conference, you can say, yeah, they hired If you look at managers available, if you're the FA, and if people are going to say, why did you hire this guy? You can turn back. You can turn to the detractors and tell them that was the best.
That's a good point. It's a good because if whenever England failed with Southgate, well, this bozo from Middlesbrough and the guy who missed the penalty in 1990. But for Tuchel, whatever happens, let's be real, he won the Champions League with the weakest team in Champions League history, beating Real Madrid in a 2-legged tie and beating Man City in the final. So my thing is that this guy has way more credentials than Southgate.
Yeah, if we're talking about international managers, if you remove what they've won internationally, you might say, yeah, Tuchel is probably a top 3 managers. Like if you're talking about national team, but for me, the thing with the English people and the thing that's funny is that when I'm looking at the English coaches, yeah, first of all, Southgate was under 21 managers. He did a good job, and then he got the job. Whatever you might say about him, he did a good job for the first team. Probably he's been the most successful manager since
since
yeah.
was
But
that
for
Ramsey
me,
dude?
the thing that's funny is that as of right now, the under 21 manager is not even English. The guy's Irish. So for me, it's like out of all these English managers, none of them could have been like taking the job. You had to hire an Irish guy. And then now that same Irish guy that just had his basically that Irish guy was in the same position that Southgate was in. Just that he didn't make the most of the job. And even him himself, sometimes his communication was a bit iffy. Because he's like, I don't know if I want the job, all that stuff.
No, but Kenny, do you know what I've been reading? He knew he was not going to get the job. So, but he couldn't really come out and unofficially say that. But if you look at what he was saying and how weird his press conference was, he probably knew before that Tuchel was going to get the job and he was not going to get the job. He knew.
And for me, it's like
Tuchel said it was signed on October 8th.
Yeah,
the contract was signed on October 8th.
There we go.
I think and obviously, I think they said during the press conference, I think they said they had 10 interviews. They interviewed 10 different managers, and obviously, it's not going to say the name, but let's be real, probably the names are maybe Gerrard, Lampard, Eddie Howe, Graham Potter, maybe some of those guys that went there. And when I'm looking at some of those guys, like the only guy that for me had a serious. Some people might say Potter, but for me it's like it was the Eddie Howe. But I don't know if probably they offered Eddie Howe. But if I'm Eddie Howe right now, the guy is at Newcastle.
And also, okay. Let's say Eddie Howe was available. Kenny, do you hire Eddie Howe as England manager?
No, but
do you believe Eddie Howe, he will make the difference and lead England to glory? I'm sorry, that's a risk. Like what is done for Newcastle is amazing. I'm sorry, Eddie Howe is a risk.
The thing is that Tuchel is a risk. Honestly, even if you put Pep Guardiola at the head of England, I'm not guaranteeing that England.
No, heck no.
That's the thing is that anyone who they take is going to be a risk. But the thing is that you're going to get more backlash if you don't, if it doesn't go well, and then you don't hire a guy that's from your said country. But like at the end, like you said, like these England managers, like they've been poor. Like if you look at the top flight, like when was the last time an English manager managed a top English club?
Okay. So, but do you think it's a case of they're not giving the opportunities, or they're just not good enough? Because it's one or the other. Either like there's a lack of opportunities of trying to actually give English managers like these big roles, or they're simply not good enough.
All I'm saying is that if you look at the three guys that I mentioned before, Potter had an opportunity, Gerrard had an opportunity, Lampard had an opportunity. They've had chances.
Okay, look at this. Okay, let's go down the list. Liverpool, yes. Dutch, City, Spanish, Arsenal, Spanish, Chelsea, Italian, Villa, Spanish, Brighton, German, Newcastle, English, Fulham. Is that who's the Fulham guy?
Portuguese, Marco Silva.
Yeah, Portuguese. Tottenham, Australian. Forest, Portuguese. Brentford, Danish. West Ham, Spanish. I mean, that's crazy. That is insane. For something called the English Premier League, only one guy is from England in the top 10 teams. That's insane.
No, but and obviously the thing is that if you look at if you look at the championship, some of the top coaches in the championship, even the top teams, they're foreigners as well. But the thing is that when you get promoted with your team, at the end of the day, like it's always going to be tough. But because if you look at even the Southampton manager right now, he's also English. He's probably going to get sacked. The thing is that when you stay with you have to when you get promoted or you get those low jobs, you have to perform to a certain level to get them higher type jobs as well. And even when the thing is that even when you perform well, you might it's not only English guys. For me, like a guy like the Danish guy at Brentford, for me, he's done a good enough job to maybe get a better job. But at the end of the day, like these top clubs, they're always going to go for proving guys.
Yeah.
Top manager. And these English managers so far, they haven't proven, when they've gotten chances, they have not proven that they're good enough. Like I said, Lampard got his chance, probably not deserved. He failed.
Yeah.
Gerrard got his chance. Some say deserved, not deserved. He failed. Potter got his chance as well. He underwhelmed. And some the same people that are saying Eddie Howe, some same guys that are saying that Eddie Howe back a few months ago he should have been sacked. So when I'm like, except those guys, tell me English managers, maybe the Ipswich guy. When I'm looking at English manager, do you see any English? When I'm looking at this, do you see any of them playing like what people might say nice football or some attractive football? Even Chelsea went to go and take a championship manager. The guy was Italian.
Yeah.
So I'm like, at the end of the day, you guys are just not doing this. Like, I don't know if the coaching something's wrong. Like, I don't know whatever's going on.
Honestly,
can you pull up Lightning's comment? I think that's interesting.
I was about to say that.
That's very interesting if that's true. You can't even get second place, third place.
Wow. Is that no, that can be true. What?
No, it's true.
Dalglish, I think it's Scottish.
Dalglish is Scottish. What?
Scottish.
David Moyes, that's Eddie Howe is yes.
That's crazy.
I mean, even Rodgers is
Lampard got 4th as well with Chelsea. Lampard got 4 as well.
Oh, Lampard.
Lampard and Howe.
Yeah, and Howe.
And look at the names. Like, they're not great names. So I'm like, at some point, like you have to put yourself in question, like as a country, what is going on with your coaching?
No. But see, I think there are people that are at different ends here because it's like, what is the Premier League? It's not the Premier League is not the English league. The Premier League is the Premier League. It's a brand, and it's a brand where we're trying to get the very best players, the very best managers and coaches to promote this as a global brand. So the people, when they created the Premier League, it wasn't about keeping it English, England and everything. It was about, we want this to be the number 1 league in the world.
And we want the money.
Our main thing is about the money and everything. So my thing is that, and people who have fallen by the wayside, because here's the thing right now. If I'm the owner of a top club and I want to do well, why should I have to hire an English manager or a coach? And you know what the worst thing is? This should have been done years ago. Look at where we are in football right now, where managers are so important now. English managers are so far behind tactically from Germans and Spanish. It's crazy. Bro, the guy from Brighton, he's like, what, 30-something? Like 31, 30, 32? So the Germans, the Spanish and Portuguese, they're so far ahead tactically that England have to do so much catching up tactically to the other guys. And other things were, how many English coaches, how many of you guys go and get your training in Germany, in Italy, or in Spain? Because I'm sorry, English coaches, in terms of in England, I'm sorry, you don't understand the game. I'm sorry, you don't. Okay, can you finish on the come to Popenda? Can you?
And obviously, I think I know that they say that I saw in England. I think that if you want your coaching badge, I know it said like the prices is like crazy, and I think it's like some of them, like the most expensive around in Europe. But when I'm seeing Germany, every other year there's a coach from Germany that's like 30-something years.
Yeah.
And one time it was Nagelsmann. Next time it's the Brighton manager. I think the Stuttgart manager as well is like these guys. Like Germany, I feel like there's a guy that should be played like a 30-year-old coming or a 20-year-old coming out every year. A new young German manager added. Like, you're not seeing those stuff with England. And like you said, go abroad. Like, do any English coach abroad? I think.
I think it's just said, what's it called? Apparently, Howe started in Spain under Simeone.
I think the only English manager that manages in the top 5 leagues that is not the Premier League is the guy at Strasbourg.
Is that Will Still?
No, Will Still is an
Liam Rose.
Yeah, the guy from and that's Chelsea that bought. That imagine that's the only English guy that manages in the top 5 league.
Oh wow!
Outside of England, that's good, but that's crazy, and that shows that your quality. Because if you're the thing that shows is how good you export your talents, and England are just terrible at it, which is poor.
Popina, talk to me, man.
I think the problem with English coaches is that they lack identity. They don't know the way to play. They don't know how they want to play football. I mean, even if you look at Vincent Kompany, I know people were, criticizing him for how he played, or how his team played football in the Premier League, with Burnley. But he had an identity, at least. You knew what he wanted to implement, and I can see that with English coaches. I mean, AJ, the Premier League for a long time was known for long balls.
Yeah.
Let's be real. That's no playing style. I mean, everyone can do that. Let's be real. And if you look at the most successful coaches in the Premier League, what did they do? Wenger had a clear playing style. Pep Guardiola, even a Jose Mourinho, all of them. And the only one who didn't, probably you could say, is Sir Alex Ferguson, but he knew at least what his players were capable of doing. So either you are really good at that, knowing your squad, or you need an identity of playing.
So how do you change the kind of concepts of English managers not really being held or viewed to a high standard? Because my thing is because I've never seen that before.
Yeah, well, let me give you an idea.
Because my thing, like
AJ,
in the Bundesliga, top seven, most of them are Germans. Serie, most of the managers in the top seven are
I'll give you an idea. Let me give you an
So why is it in the
I can
Premier
give
League
you a reason for Germany. For Germany, or especially the German, like like Austria and Switzerland, many of those coaches are influenced by the RB system, because not only is RB or Red Bull like a spot where all those players come from, but also the coaches. They have an exact plan of how they want to play football, how the players should play football, and how the coaches let the players play football.
But how
so
is that?
they don't.
To push back. How's that benefited the German national team currently?
Oh, that benefited at least German coaches, especially. I mean, Ralf Rangnick was the pioneer of the whole entire system of gegenpressing, and if you look at it, someone like Thomas Tuchel is a student of Ralf Rangnick, you can say. Jürgen Klopp also. Julian Nagelsmann, who went to Hoffenheim and to Leipzig.
I have an idea of how.
Okay, so what's the idea? What's the idea?
Can I talk after?
I want to ask the English fans for this. What trait really stands out when when football is being taught in England? What type of trait does stand out? What do they ask for you? That's what I want to say.
You see, now maybe RDS or Ken, you can answer better. I can only talk of when I was younger. I don't know whether it's changed now, because I pray that it's not get rid. I pray that get rid no longer exists.
I hope it isn't that.
I mean, like RDS, is get rid still a thing in English football?
No, it's not. It's not a thing, and I don't think it's the case like in the England youth setup or anything along those lines. I mean, this is and obviously Samasi's going to speak because Samasi's going to.
Yes.
I don't know what Samasi's going to say about
it. Yeah, Lord knows.
So, but I see people's point. I push back on the idea that English coaches don't have identities, because I know when I see how or what I saw with Potter, for example, in the league and what have you, even with Carragher and what have you, like I can clearly see how they want to play, what they wanted to play. So they're not playing like aimlessly random football. They have play structures. They might be different, but they have play structures. And clearly there is a type of football play that has been taught by the English under 19s, 20s, 21s, etc., that they're sort of familiar with. Tactically, okay, fine, we can make an argument that some England managers not being, but the reality is that despite having in quote foreign managers before, Southgate, at least in recent memories, arguably one of England's most successful managers, regardless. So we can talk all about this on England. At the end of the day, the dude still got them to 2 finals.
Yeah.
So he can't be complete tactics and for all the talk they're talking about with the German FA, and also at the end of the day, they failed to qualify in the last 2, not this one, but the last 2 World tournaments. They didn't qualify from the group stages. So how did that? So the point is, how did that translate to?
But RDS. I mean, even for Gareth Southgate, you could say he has an identity. To be honest, we know what a kind of football Southgate is going to play.
Yeah.
And I think that's why he was also successful, because he knew, okay, that's the way he wants to play. I think for who was before with Roy Hodgson, he didn't know what football he wanted to play. Let's be real.
Wait, hold on. But artists, my thing, do you think the manager should be English?
No, I don't care. I mean, you already know that like, even as Nigerian, like I will take anyone at this point. You know what I mean? So like, people like it has to be. And I just like I don't care. You know, we need to get we need to get to that World Cup.
I know. Bro, I'll take a Ghanaian or a South African at this rate, bro. So.
So I'm thinking the FA now, and I use that as an example because I'm thinking the FA are thinking, listen, at the end of the day, like we don't give a fuck. Like at the end of the day, like it's like we clearly have talented players. No one want to do. We are so close. The foundation is already there. It's not like a situation where like they need to build the foundations over again and develop things. Blah blah blah. No, we've got talented players that can win a trophy at the end of the day. We just need
and for me, and I think it's and I think that's the key point. Is like, so people who are angry at this, the FA's point of view is, you see, if let's say England were so far back and getting on in the quarters in the second round, then it's like, okay, Eddie Howe Potter. The issue with Eddie Howe Potter, they're so radically different from Southgate. Wouldn't that be a mistake? If you're so close to something, isn't it? No, we are on the right path, but all we need to do is just tweak rather than completely radically go in a very different direction philosophically. And I think Tuchel is just a better version of Southgate.
The key thing is there's a reason why they gave him an 18-month contract. There's a reason why they gave. I think for the two reasons. One, obviously, if it botches, it doesn't work, we can be like, well, we tried, and we can go back to English ball thing or whatever. If Tuchel is successful, they can make a decision and go, hey, we can continue with him. We're doing well, blah 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 blah. Or we can say, listen, you've given the England team the confidence to be able to win. Now we can hand it over to somebody else who can potentially continue with that momentum and carry the team forward. Like, it's not like the FA gave him like a 5-year deal and said, crack on. Tuchel and German football is going to be the next sort of big thing. This is a short-term deal to ultimately provide a specific solution, which is go and win us the World Cup in 2026, do it. And if you do, happy days. Simple as that.
So, okay, so you don't feel that for international football, it should be some to bottom, I face your country. Because that's where I'm at with it. If I'm facing a country, I want to face your players, your manager, and your coaching staff.
Like I said, would you if let's say Thomas Tuchel said, I want to be the Nigerian coach, what would you do?
No. My thing is, I start by saying no. Like,
what?
Obviously, there's good, but no.
What?
No. Artists, philosophically, I want international football where you win and you succeed with your own.
Okay.
That's where I'm at. I'm at with
choose between
most
Nigeria not being at a World Cup ever again and Tuchel qualifying and taking us to the final. What do you pick?
Artists, let's go home cook. Let's also go home cook.
No.
That point doesn't make sense.
Please don't tell me you'd rather Nigeria manage by cook and not qualify for the World Cup again.
David, relax. David, have some pride. David, have some pride.
Isn't Labadia the coach?
Wait, hold on. Let me get this. Hold on.
Can I talk about?
Yeah. I'll come to so fast to see. Rivals: Germany, Netherlands. Yes. Italy, France. No, really, no. It's more Italy, Germany. Portugal, Spain. Yes. Brazil, Argentina. Yep. England, Scotland, rival. Take away the political context. I don't think they're football rivals.
Scotland always.
It's just a little bro rival.
See, that's what it's a little bro, big bro rival. It's not a big bro rival.
They haven't been rivals since the 80s.
So, David T, forget the number of English coaches. What about? David,
companies flying the flag, man.
That's a whole other discussion, bro.
Your point about Nigeria and Tuchel doesn't make sense at all. Because number one, you can't talk about my country versus your country when, okay, you tell me about the way Spain's identity is, right? For example.
Okay.
But Spain's identity was inspired by the Dutch's identity, which was inspired by the Hungarians' identity in the 1950s.
Yep.
Germany's identity was inspired by a different country's identity. It was also inspired a bit by the English identity of hard running. So all countries are influenced by different countries' identities.
Okay.
So it doesn't.
I'll give you an example. I learned how to cook from my mom. But the food that I make, the food that my mom makes, there are similarities, but I've made some particular tweaks that aren't the same. Pep was heavily influenced by Cruyff, but Pep made particular tweaks to make what he was taught by Cruyff and really Renos Michels something of his own. So De La Fuente, of course, he's a denomination of the Renos Michels 70s Dutch era, but because he's De La Fuente, he's made particular little tweaks to make it of his own. Everybody is a fallen individual.
But then, is that his identity? Is that Spain's identity?
Oh, no. The core identity is still very much influenced by Dutch, but how it has been refined, how it has now been metamorphosized is Spanish. So basically, the way what they're doing is not exactly the same as how the Dutch were doing in the 70s. There are similarities, but it's not exactly the same. It is still a Spanish variation of what was influenced by the Dutch from the 70s.
No, but then you're going into like you were saying like there are similarities. Like for me, it makes sense if each team plays a different brand of football. Then I agree, it's country versus country. But then there isn't much difference between the way like a team in England plays and a team in Germany plays.
Do you know what the reality is? Both of what we're saying is a moot point. We are getting to an era where everyone is going to play the same.
Yes.
Because football is becoming so homogenous, there actually won't be any blend of styles because everybody is now heading towards the idea of just copying everybody. So who can play this one style better than everyone else?
Yeah.
Okay, I have a question.
Okay, wait, hold on. Let me call it Samasi. I'll come back to you. Samasi, go first. Samasi.
Benedict Arnold, Judas.
Oh my God!
Let her go.
Who is Benedict Arnold?
Some guy from the 1700s.
Every German should be personally attacked by him choosing England because he said "fuck you" to Germany with that move. He did it. Let me tell you, I feel personally attacked. First of all, this guy, Julian Nagelsmann, gets sacked mid-season for no reason whatsoever, and they choose this guy to win the treble. Okay, what he get bailed out by Musiala on Dortmund absolutely being bottle jobs.
True.
Then he gets 100 million striker in Harry Kane, and he goes trophyless. He lets Leverkusen get their first Bundesliga title. Okay, that's what Tuchel is. This guy is a terrorist.
What?
Now he goes.
But England is the right fit then.
You're talking like Tuchel's Osama bin Laden or something like that. What is this?
If he spins something with England and knocks Germany out.
Now that's would be funny. And an England-Germany World quarter would be infant.
I think Thomas Tuchel is chancellor of Germany then.
Let's go.
Can I talk? Yes, how do you not know?
He didn't know. I don't know why.
My history teacher wasn't very good. But continue though.
Admit it, if he knocks out Germany, his citizenship should be revoked. He should be banned from Germany. People in the past were harmfulness.
Nah. Wait.
Who is more realistic than this?
I feel personally attacked by this.
I wanna retract that statement from Germany doesn't think like that. I wanna retract that statement. Not every German does think like Samasi. Yeah.
No. She's an anomaly.
Suffering this season being on a loan to Man United. One of the reasons was
that's your decision, not Tuchel's.
Because of last season and what happened with Tuchel. And now he says fuck you to Germany.
No, Sebastian. How does he say fudge you Germany by saying that I'm proud to take over England? And Sebastian, do you know how much he was offered as well?
He said he feels more love by the English. Yeah, because
and that may be true. No. Listen.
Because he didn't see how awful you were last season in the Bundesliga. All they saw is the semi-final against with Bayern against Madrid. That's all they saw. Okay, so no.
Samasi, you can say anything. You left Munich for Manchester.
Hold up.
So just shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Samasi, if anything, you can't bash on Tuchel because
this move makes England favorite to win the if they win the World Cup. You know how the English fans are the worst. The English
if they win, they won't accept it because he's German.
All the
Samasi, the Reform Party will not accept the World Cup win under Tuchel.
No.
Can a German be knighted from the Queen? From the King?
No, he can. Please.
No. Here's the thing.
Please.
This motherfucker sings the national anthem.
Wow.
Please sing it.
Actually, that's the funny thing. Do you think he sings the national anthem?
AJ, do you know what he said in his press conference? Do you know what he said in his press conference?
What
he said he likes the English national anthem. It's so majestic and it's very special, and he got to hear it.
See, no, you know what that is? That's just PR. See, Tuchel, that's just you being PR because, bro, that national anthem is the worst national anthem of all time.
Yeah,
it's the worst.
Yeah, we can agree on that.
But you said you're sure because it is literally the worst national anthem. It is the only national anthem that isn't about the country.
I don't understand why they just don't use Rule Britannia for national anthem.
I don't know why people are mad. These guys are paying his salary, man. The guy's getting paid $5 million a year.
When I end my round.
Okay, go for it.
If he sings the national anthem, any German 100 meters from him has to punch him. Is allowed to punch him, okay?
How can you punch someone 100 meters away? That's weird.
I don't know.
Actually, hold on. Yeah, hold on. That's impressive.
No.
Samasi, to be fair, okay,
it's allowed to punch him.
Let's face the scenario. Let's hypothetically.
It was never kind of something. England, this footballing country, England has no footballing identity. Let's face it, they have not. They have brick managers.
No. See, here's it. And this is what England, they have no. They've won one major trophy. That was in 1966. That's in 1966.
You know nothing about that.
Continue.
They have no. So they tried. They tried with Southgate and Edgegate. Southgate was a brick manager, but these players failed him. These players also failed him. So if Tuchel doesn't win, they're gonna blame Tuchel. They're gonna say this shit German. No, and round about him like they already do because he's German. And Tuchel, I don't know why he accepted. I think this was the wrong move for him.
Wait, hold on. Oh, no. Samasi, hit aside. How was this the wrong move? How?
If he loses with England, his reputation in England will also be damaged. It's also already damaged in Germany, so I think it's wrong. No, I'm gonna tell you this.
He's getting paid like $5 million, right?
If wins the World Cup, you should not be allowed to be back.
Oh, it's $5 million for a quarter of a year of work. You know,
$5 million.
That's not bad.
That's so.
Of course, it's good for Tuchel. $5 million.
Wait, see, Samasi, I think this just hits ruling you. Financially, this is bloody amazing.
I don't give a
okay, fine.
Do I look like I give a shit about business?
Okay,
times a year, you get $5 million.
Let's paint the scenario. Let's say hypothetically, World Cup 2026 comes. It's a Germany-England final. It's a penalty shootout. It's a penalty shootout, and somehow, by some way, like Kai Havertz, for example, misses a penalty.
I will punch Kai Havertz.
This is a PG show. RDS, why are you doing this? This is a PG show.
I will punch. First of all, Julian Nagelsmann.
Let me just design something.
Piece of shit. Don't start Havertz.
Penalty. Kane scores the winning goal, and then Tuchel slides onto the pitch.
and then he does this.
Any German close proximity, just punch him in the face, like real hard. punch him in the face.
Core, I saw that.
He
Core, I saw
deserved
that.
it. He
I
deserved
didn't.
it.
Actually, hold on. Let me bring some questions as well. So zombies, talk to me. So, English
Can I
manager
say
should.
something also, AJ? You're right.
Hey,
You
go
should
ahead. Just let it.
stay.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
You should
Just let
stay
it.
with your own. Your national team is representative of your country.
Spencer,
So
are you xenophobic?
from the players
Okay.
to the
I mean, she did leave Bayern
Yeah, she
Munich.
did answer. So
She
obviously,
did leave
okay.
Bayern Munich
From your country.
because he had a black manager.
I mean, you said the same thing. To be fair, Patriot.
I'm just
Wait,
this.
is
Okay.
Coach
Okay. So
Wait, I want to hear
zombies.
Cole.
I don't. I don't.
Yeah,
Zombies.
okay. Let us
Thoughts-
speak. Let zombies speak.
Zombies. So English managers. Why didn't they go English? Why did they betray Winston? I'll come to you, Nomad.
I don't know, man. Churchill got to be rolling in his grave on this one. But I feel like, to me, this got to be
Churchill's for
desperate.
appeasement. People forget that, but anyway, it's fine.
True.
So I'm just saying, at the beginning,
Yeah, he also killed 1 million Indians, so we're not going to talk about that.
Okay,
Anyway.
zombies. You want to carry on? Zombies,
Right,
want to
go
carry on? Go for it, zombies.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Look, I feel like this got to be desperation because with
Oh
Southgate.
no, desperation. Wait, hold on. You're saying Tuchel is desperation?
No. Not like that. Chill. To the English media, yeah, but if they think about it, Tuchel was actually a good signing. I mean, look, AK brought it up like a while ago. Like, this is somewhat like a step, like a move up, like a step forward to something that Southgate couldn't do. So, I think in my opinion, this is a good move. Now, a lot of
Does this give? Is it coming home with this move? Is it coming home?
Oh hell no. And look, I'll be honest. I'll be honest with you. I don't even though Tuchel's coming in to the English, to the English team. I don't think they'll do wonders in the World Cup. Now, some games they will. Now, look, some games they might, but
Zombies, I'm saying right now, they're not making the World Cup final.
oh no, they're
and if they don't make the final, you would have regressed. So
it'll be a cold day in hell before they make it to the final. A cold day in hell. That's how it is.
Is Poch cooking in the USA though? We need to talk about this. Is
heck no! Didn't they just lose to Abritives boys, Mexicano?
First time in 5 years. First time in 5 years.
Shout to Danny Trejo, man.
7 players out. Come on, guys.
Okay, no, it's okay.
So, hold on, zombies. Go for it. Zombies.
But no, it'll be a cold day in hell before they make it to the final. But look,
I don't think they made it to the final. Didn't they make it to the World Cup final? Like
no, I think basically without the gate.
Oh, sorry, without gate. Okay,
yeah.
No, that's right now. That it's funny how things work. I think they will say that was the gate really that bad? Don't be shocked if Tuchel does worse than the gate. Don't be shocked because life has a very funny way of teaching you to do things. But the gate lives. Zombies.
And look, it's funny you said that because Southgate brought them to 2 finals.
Yes.
And then, unfortunately, we all know what happened after that. But with Tuchel, Steve, the problem with him is he somewhat has a little arrogance and ego to him to where, he makes, certain subs and everything, and then they don't working out. And Southgate had that problem too, but at least he made substitutions to where at least, they work. But yeah, all in all, I don't think.
So you feel that they shouldn't have gone English to try to support English coaches?
Look, at the end of the day, if it's all about gid, and if you have a coach that has gid, I mean, I say go for it. It shouldn't have to be about English should go for the English managers. German team should go for the German managers. No, I say if that coach is as good enough for these players, for them to move on, to them to go to win a championship, then go for it. It shouldn't. Me personally, it shouldn't have to be like that. Right. And I feel like that's what a lot of nations now. That's the problem.
Nomad, talk to me. Nomad. And is that Churchill in swimming gear?
I think so. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Core, talk to me. Core.
Oh, nice logo. Cool.
Coach
Can you hear me?
It's
Yes, Core, can hear you.
Yeah. What's up? Um.
How's your new club, Cole? How's your new club?
I don't want to. I don't know. Core. No, Core. I don't want. Core. I don't want to. Just talk about. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Here's the thing, right?
Core, why did you lose to Sudan? Continue.
Oh, you want me to talk about that?
No, I don't. That was a throwaway comment. So talk to me about Tuchel. Is this the right thing for England, and why can't they hire an English coach?
This is the perfect move for England, Richard. I've always said it for a long time. I've been a huge Tuchel advocate. I'm so excited that he's coming to England. He has the players to, take England so far into further competition, like the European Championship, the next one that's coming up, the World Cup. I think he'll do really well. He always wanted Declan Rice at Bayern, but because the so-called club is so poor and they couldn't buy him, he couldn't get that holding stick that he wanted, and England has that.
Core. Are you using your toaster as your microphone?
Oh no! Can you hear me?
I mean, I can hear him.
I can hear you, but it sounds like you're using your toaster as your microphone. But continue.
I was using my headphone. That's why. Anyways, all I'm saying is, all I'm saying is, he has a number.
Go for it.
No, that's not correct.
He has a number 6 in Declan Rice. Listen. He has a number 6 in Declan Rice that he wanted in Bayern. He has the physical and aggressive and strong mentality-minded players in England that I think he didn't have in a club like Bayern. I think this makes perfect sense, HH. I honestly think that the only problem with England is Pickford. Pickford is just a liability. If he could probably get a better goalkeeper than Pickford, and then probably the center-back partnership, if he can fix that up, I think England is ready to go. But HH, you cannot tell me look at all the England first-team players in the national team. Almost any of those players can play for a Barcelona or a Real Madrid. They're just that good,
Foden.
Yeah, Foden is that good. Like Foden is really that. Like he's even much better than Musiala. Like I'll be honest. Like it's just.
Cole is a City fan.
Look at how. No, listen.
Yay!
No, I'm serious. I'm serious. HH. Like Tuchel has all the players to win a World Cup. There's no excuse. Like, bro, if you watch the Euro finals when England played Spain, HH,
will he be the striker? So, Cole, Harry Kane is still the striker in the final.
Harry Kane?
Yeah.
Oh, because that's Tuchel's favorite striker. I don't know why Tuchel likes
There we go. Yeah. So no, they're not winning anything with that guy's striker. And look at this recommendation. Shout out to Atonement. Samantha literally did the same move that she's bashing Tuchel for by moving from Bayern to Man United.
No, literally.
Samantha, you want to respond to this? So why are you being a hypocrite? Why are you being a hypocrite? Samantha, respond.
I'm not a hypocrite. I wanted Tuchel to stay for another season, not for long term. That's just bullshit.
Shout out to J Rodden. Tuchel.
I mean.
Burn the money.
No. Okay. Look, because it's not going to happen. But in the events that happens, does he get united and does he get put on the £5 note?
Please knight him, please. I need to hear that.
No, guys, do you know how? Guys, if that happens, Tommy Robinson is going to rush the king in that palace, bro. Tommy Robinson is going to do a UFC takedown on the king as he does his sword.
If it happens,
didn't he get arrested?
If that happens, they might reverse Brexit.
Can we?
If that
happens, can we hang the German flag at Buckingham Palace? Can we hang the German flag at Buckingham Palace?
Shout out to Abris Fair. As a Mexican, I would like to thank Poch for the.
Yeah, that was
So. Okay, I know this is a side note. So, America. So Elijah. So, Poch lost to Mexicano.
Hold on. Before I start, HH, that was Mexico's that was Mexico's first win in 5 years against the United States.
So isn't this a bad omen for the World Cup?
Hold on, but HH, you got to think about it. The team that was played yesterday, 7 players are out, have been gone back to their clubs.
No excuse.
Did Greg lose? Did Greg lose to Mexico, Elijah?
Wait,
Wait.
Are we saying Greg lives?
Didn't Greg beat Mexico with the USD team?
Yeah, he
beat Mexico with Jesse Zardes or something like that.
Guys, calm down. I'm just telling you, the guy just got there. Can we calm down?
Okay. Well, the World Cup is still there. So, I'm not reading that out. But thank the I'm not reading that out. Do your Googles again. Do your histories. Abris Fair. If Tuchel doesn't win a trophy, what is the excuse? He's German.
He's German.
German tax. No. The excuse is. Okay, I can't. Yeah, no, that's a bad joke. I can't use it as a joke.
Yeah.
So no. Basically, the excuse would be the excuse is he's German, and he did it intentionally.
If he's a spy for Germany and tries to sabotage England, then I will forgive him.
But that's what's bad. Guys, sorry, you now have a world-class tactician. There's no excuse. But I bet you will find an excuse, and for some reason, the players will not be to blame, and the players will always escape blame. Look, it's a vicious cycle.
The players should be to blame. It's like you got a good
zombies, pinky bet. They will find a way not to blame the players, and specifically those xenophobic morons from Daily Mail and the Sun. They will always protect the Foden and say, the bloody German, and all that crap. Samasi ist kein Dusch, heißt.
Oh God.
Is that
racist?
What are you talking about?
Samasi ist kein Dusch, Deutsch.
She's not Deutsch.
I think that might be racist. I can't lie.
Yeah,
I'm reading the doc. Ist kein Deutsch.
No, he doesn't claim. They don't claim you.
He's saying Samasi is not German.
Isn't it like?
So wait, hold on, Samasi. All this time you're not German, so you're lying.
I have
Kurdistan rise.
I just wasn't born with the German citizenship.
Oh, so you're not a real German then?
Not real German.
Wait, Samasi, isn't it Ich habe kein Durchsprechen or something like that?
It was like they changed the rules because
I remember from high school.
Before the 2000, if you were born in Germany and doesn't have German parents,
basically, Samasi, you basically lied to us. You're basically a liar. Hokage, what's your take on all these English coaches and managers? Smasi, I don't believe you. Okay, English coaches, why did they betray Winston? And why couldn't they have gone for an English guy? Or should it not matter? Because let's be real, because I was watching Lineker's podcast. I was talking about how Germany have never had a non-German coach. Spain have never had a non-Spanish coach. Italy have never had a non-Spanish coach. Brazil have never had a non-Brazilian coach, even if they've record. And this is where I asked, because Lineker said all the big nations have never had a, that's like, Lineker, hang on. In terms of life, colonial tax, England are one of the biggest nations out there, 100%. Shout out to veto tax for the UN. In terms of football, are England a major nation? Okay, talk to me.
I mean, I never thought of it, but I really wish it was just the manager also has to be English. I really wish so. I wish that was not that but in international football, your manager should be from that country. I actually really like that idea that you said on your videos, but it's not like that. They didn't go for English coach because these English coaches, but
see, you, Bupinda, and you're in a privileged position. That's because true. You have a conveyor belt of producing amazing German managers. So you could be like, it's great for us. But if, let's say, you're in England, who you don't produce quality coaches and quality managers, you're like, bro, we have to now supposedly look elsewhere. So basically for guys like Spain, Germany, Italy, you have a conveyor belt of amazing managers. But despite that, the whole point of international football is I'm facing your country in every facet. So,
but like you could say that we're in a like I'm in a privileged position to say that, but we have good coaches because we have a structure that we implemented to create good coaches. England doesn't have that, and they should have to suffer for that at an international stage. But instead, they're able to just go and get whoever. So it is what it is. But
that's a true. That's good point.
It's true, right? Like if England wants to produce good managers, do the work.
No. Actually, no. See, so think about this. Tuchel is what he is based off of the system in Germany. Working under Klopp and being within the German system that have actually put in the work to create coaches, create the schooling, create the thesis and everything all through Germany. So he is a product of the German institution. So why are England now pretty much poaching a guy that is a product of German education and German institution of football? No, you as your country, you should produce your coach and manager who is a product of your own institution. That's how it should be.
Yeah, and like it's not just because we're singling out England. I think that's just a good idea. Good idea overall. Okay,
overall, yes.
Now, okay, will the Spains and Italys and Germany have an advantage? Yes, but we have infrastructures put in place. We have a culture put in place to create these managers, to create such geniuses within football. If you want to catch up, do this. It's like developing your youth talents, your football players. Like the English youth system is very good. There's plenty of very good English players coming in. How come there's nothing being done to produce good English managers? I think maybe a slight reason for that is because of how popular the Premier League is, how we were talking about like an hour ago. It's the most popular league in the world. They need to bring all the top managers. The top managers are in English, so English managers will never probably even get the chance to shine in the English Premier League. They probably won't. So I think that's the case. That's why I think, when people are saying give Ian McKenna, whatever his name is, a chance at Ipswich, give him a chance because he's one of the only English managers I've heard of that have some hype coming out, and he's coming out of the championship and they played good football in the championship. So that's why they should maybe give those guys more of a chance instead of saying, oh, they're coming to play Premier League, such a naive way of football. Well, guess what? Ian McKenna is one of the up-and-coming managers in England, bro. You guys better back him. Who else do you freaking have?
No. Can I speak on this?
McKenna is English.
He's not English. He's Irish.
Okay, there you go. He's not even. Oh, there you go. I thought he was English, bro. So he's not even English. So what? It's Eddie Howe, Graham Potter. Who are you gonna bring in? Graham Potter. I will tell you, Graham Potter was gonna fail. He already took the Chelsea job was already too early for him.
Yeah, no. Potter was a bad idea.
He's gonna take the English up. You guys, like, I'm not English, but the English manager is one of the most important people in the country of England. Tuchel, a German, is one of the most important people in England right now.
No. See, my thing though is, let's even go back to the beginning of the Premier League. So why did Arsenal go from George Graham to Arsene Wenger? Why did Chelsea feel the need to bring in Vialli, Ruud Gullit? So my thing is that those early days of the Premier League and everything, where you're just figuring out what it was about, why wasn't an English guy the manager of Chelsea? Why wasn't an English guy the manager of Arsenal?
Can I speak on this?
Can I answer that?
Oh, okay. Elijah, then I'll come to you. AK, Elijah.
It's easy. There's a few documentaries that actually detail as to why the last 5 years of Division 1 into the first 5 years of the Prem were a big issue. The English culture of football between 86 and say 93, it was like playing in the beer league. Guys were not taking their health seriously. After games, dude would go out and get drunk and show up to training on a Monday. And after training, you go and you get shit-faced. Excuse my language. But that was the culture. It was football and beer. There was no high sense of actually having nutrition. There was no value of nutrition. Yes,
which was Wenger changed, yeah.
Exactly. There were disciplinarians. They existed. Yes, your Dalglishas existed. Your George Grahams existed. But that underbelly, that soft underbelly, was players were not taking care of their health. And it showed when they played other teams from other countries.
So, Okay, so it talks to me, man.
HH, can you please repeat your question?
No. My thing though is, so from those early days, you had your Ferguson coming through. Why weren't there from 92 when the Premier League first started? See, the damage is already done now. But when the Premier League first started, why did Arsenal go from Jonathan Graham to Arsene Wenger? Like, why weren't there English managers all peppered throughout that and through the inception of the EPL?
I'll answer your question. In fact, I want to answer this question for all the English people in the chat. In fact, I might answer this question with my camera on because it's that important. Your coaches are dog shit. How about that?
Oh wow.
Your coaches are dog shit.
Okay. But my thing is that
face reveal.
No, okay, but why are they so bad though? Why?
Because
My question is the why.
Culture. What's the footballing culture in England? Like nobody has answered this. What is the footballing culture in England?
This is why I'm so baffled. England is a country where football is paramount. It is one of the most popular sports. The Premier League is the biggest thing. How do you have this? How do you have this as the most popular sport and everything, but your football culture is so rancid and so far behind everyone else? The math just doesn't add up.
No, the thing is,
hold on. Here's a simple thing, man. I've been to England and I see guys playing football in the streets. I've been to London. I see guys playing in the cages and like the Power League and stuff like that. Like, I think, bro, like these guys play according to the way they want to play. They don't play with a certain way of playing. And I feel like when you get into, the academy system and all of that, I feel like they're really I feel like they're trying to, more often than not, speak about what individual players can do rather than what a whole team and a whole system can do as one. Like, I feel like it's very individualized coaching rather than team-based coaching. So when you have so much individualized coaching, they're creating great individuals, but then they're not creating great coaches because, number one, what is the system of what does England want to play like? What is the way England want to play like? Do they want to go the more technical route in terms of the way Spain and the Netherlands play? Do they want to play like Germany play?
No, because
personally, for me, they should do a mix of all because that's what the Premier League is. It's a fusion of so many different coaching cultures.
No, because my thing is that I can't speak of when I was growing up because the things may have been different. Because when I was growing up, the English philosophy. What's this guy talking about? Because my idea was that the English philosophy was about energy, running, fitness, physicality, and effort. So there was a real kind of focus on just being very physical and really putting yourself out there. So my thing is that what I'd want to know specifically is what is the English football culture now in 2024, specifically from the younger levels? I mean, RDS, do England have a football culture now? What do you say, RDS?
Sorry, give me 2 minutes.
Okay, so
I have a question.
Yeah, go for it, go for it.
To which football style would you compare the English style? Because if I think of it in the past, in the past 20 or 30 years, I mean, I think the most similarities are with the Italians, you could say, very defensively solid,
No, see, for me, look, your football culture is almost do you know how you can find out what your football culture is? How the crowd reacts within the league to certain things. So sort of like whenever like there's a corner kick, that's a big deal in England. And English people don't like it when you keep the ball and you slow it down. They want you to attack, they want you to move forward, and people who try hard, win tackles, run a lot, give a lot of effort, and play with a lot of intensity that they can see visually. That is what is changed. That's what's changed.
That's they're happy seeing individuals. Again, that's individuals.
No. You can say individuals. You just say like as if like for a team they always want the ball to be moving forward and they always want you to attack. Which is why like sometimes you can't always attack, but the English mentality is we have to move forward. Like this is the perfect example. It's like I remember playing with English people just like, mess around, having a kick around with English people and having a kick around with, like, I think it was with Italians or Spanish. When I played with English people, lots of shouting, and the ball was going up, going down, run, up, down. I played with Italians, the ball is on the ground. Pass, move, pass. Not that much is being said, but the ball is moved around. So already you can already see just the kind of mentality of where things are. But the issue now is with the influx of Pep, the influence of Unai Emery, is the mentality of England changing? But the clear idea is that what is the English footballing culture? What is the philosophy? Kenny?
Yeah, for me, obviously, I came here when I was 7 years ago, and I did play football. I did play in an academy, and honestly, they want us to play from the back. I think now most of grassroots is play, especially when you go to academies, like they want you to play from the back. So you have to build up. You have to build up. Obviously, then is depending on the coach. You have some coach, they might want to maybe focus more on the wing play. Some might want to be more to the middle and stuff like that. But for most people, from academies, they want you to play from the back. So you need to be decent on the ball.
Well, bro. Anybody who says 95 is not a philosophy. Let me just write 95 is not a football philosophy. But continue though, Kenny.
No, obviously they want you to play like back. They want you to be comfortable on the ball and play back on the ball. But yeah, there's that certain you need to have that. They want that intensity. They want you to go into challenge a certain way. And the thing is that I think with them, when people say it's not passion, but it's like that desire. They want to like that envy to basically when you at the end of the game, they need to see that you give everything. Like you're tired. You can't be having like you need to show a certain amount of I ran during that game, and I think that intensity as well. That's what I think that's what people want. Like when you go to a football game, you like H said, sometimes they like when people keep the ball, people boo.
Yes,
I've been to some Chelsea games like these guys when they keep the
F sorry ball.
These guys boo them. Like when they see a long ball, a crunching tackle, like they say,
or like an early cross, a quick ball over the. I think for England, like they want you to move forward at any given chance, and the key thing about England is effort.
Yeah,
efforts, run. That is what is really heralded a lot.
Why can't your identity be quick passing football with a very high press, almost similar to the German system, like a gegenpressing style, except very quick on the ball?
No, but I think it's a cultural thing, and I just think English culture, the main thing is about desire, effort. Now, obviously, it's out football there and everything, but there's much more of a desire in there. Now, here's the thing. There are managers who try to bring in a bit much more of a style, which is what Bobby Robson was about, Glenn Hoddle was about, Terry Venables was about. But the real thing, though, is for English coaches now, what is it? Like, okay, let me ask you, okay, what is Eddie Howe's football philosophy? Is it 9 to 5?
It's effort.
Yeah.
It's effort and
passion.
Let's bro. Eddie Howe's philosophy is 9 to 5.
Yeah, but for me, the thing is that how do you call it? The philosophy like that can work, but for me is that a lot of the English managers, I feel like is the lack of versatility. I feel like you can have an idea, but for me, I feel like too many of them is like they have one way of playing. They don't have enough versatility, and tactically, I feel like especially, I feel like when they pose the problem, I feel like they lack the tactical nous to make changes on the spot, like other coaches from other countries do. So I'm like, you have a nice way of playing, yes, but if a certain team if a certain managers comes with a plan, can you now change your way? That's why I see a lot of these England managers. That's why I see where they fail. So I'm like, your plan might not be as bad. Like even the Lampard, I think their plan is not as bad, but it's like when something is not working for a team, can you change it? Or are you just going to continue with I got here with the passion, the desire, sooner or later it's going to work for me? Or are you going to change your way?
No, because my thing is like, could England ever have a scenario where they are controlling a game in midfield, where they have a midfield and they're able to control the tempo of a game, specifically in a semi or a final? Or will there always be a team that's always trying to counteract and try to react? Because again, you look at that Euro final. Was that down to Southgate, or are England incapable of having like a 12 to 15 minute section where they're able to control the ball and control the tempo of the game?
I think they can do it, but yeah, I think maybe it's not. I don't know if it's down to Southgate or sometimes the players.
See, that's one thing. Is it down to Southgate or is it down to just a mentality?
For me, I don't know if it's but the thing is that some of these players, they do it when they're in clubs, they do it. But for me, it's like when I saw them against Spain, I'm just like, Spain are just way better than you in that specific department. So maybe this game you have to play a different way. Honestly, I don't see the thing that England could have done maybe to counteract that. It was the pressing, but obviously they didn't choose to press. So if you're not going to press against those teams, and you clearly don't have the same quality as them in the midfield, your only choice is to be pragmatic and absorb.
Hold on. So shout out to Fair, who says Mbappe following in his idle steps with the recent case. Look, the case is false. Nothing is proven. It's French media making up the stuff. It's French media making up the stuff. So there's nothing proven. Atmosphere again. Thank you for the dog, man. Atmosphere. England tried to do what France do and what South American countries do when it comes to uniting players from different leagues. Yet it fails because they have no cultural football identity. France does. For me, I think, look, England do have an identity, but I just don't think that identity can be effective in football. England's identity.
France don't have an identity either, to be fair.
France don't have
it. Like England's identity is as much as France. France do not have a concise identity. Now, they're cultural things that bleed into how they want to play, which is a mixture of a bit of style and a bit of style and all that kind of stuff. But in terms of something that's concise, like Catenaccio, Italy, Gegenpress, Germany, possession and counter with and quick passes in Spain, that is of course a bit different, man. But my thing though is, look, like we'll see what we're going to see with Tuchel, and then see whether Tuchel will be able to say what's up. But I do feel that having a philosophy helps. 100%. Having a philosophy helps.
On the England-France, for me, the big difference between England and France, especially these last few years, is just that France has individuals that show up.
Yes.
The big difference between France and England is that France has an Mbappe that showed up in tournaments.
And I'm kidding. What have I been saying? International football, it's about those individuals. If you look at that England-France games, Southgate was not the reason why they lost. It's because your captain sent that ball to Krypton. Yeah. He sent the penalty to Krypton. England could have very easily beaten France that game. Very easily.
If we're being real, like there's a blueprint, like even Argentina, like the way they won the World Cup, like you don't need to have some crazy tactic. If you have a solid defense and you have forward players that can make a difference for you, you can go very far.
Kenny, what did Scalloni do that was so amazing tactically? No. Scalloni did not bring his kind of amazing new tactical thing. Yeah. He had just a good foundation, but individuals are there to make the difference. And I keep saying, and people keep ignoring me. So, it's the match. No, stop being crybabies. Individuals need to rise and try to make the difference, which is what Cole Palmer did in that final. Just give me a chance. I'm going to shoot and I'm going to score.
I think
so. You have to stop being babies.
I think managers for international, like, the best thing you could be is a man manager, to be honest, outside of your tactics. Like,
and also making subs here and there, but like international managers, how many of them we say these are world-class managers?
Nah,
not really a lot.
Yeah, don't really, because all you need to do is just create a foundation, but it's really about your individual. Let's be real. Are we saying Yogi Love cooked tactically in 2014?
No.
Deschamps
didn't. Scaloni didn't.
Heck no.
Del Bosque had literally the best team of all.
Del Bosque just sat there and just pressed play. He just said play.
Even De La Fuente, like, what revolutionary tactical thing did De La Fuente use? Like,
nothing.
It was very simple. Keep the ball when you have it, and give it to your wingers and let them cook.
It's just what Spain had, despite Hypothetical as a striker, is two extremely young, very good wingers and a very good midfield.
if Spain didn't have those two wingers, it'd probably be this. They would have finished the same way they finished last year with Enrique. They would have played the best football, but they probably wouldn't have won.
But no execution. But what they had was that you got to keep the ball, but now you have a Yamal and a Nico Williams who actually can now counter and actually attack and actually harm the opposition, as opposed to what they did with Luis Enrique. I keep saying to people, guys, it's the individuals for international. You don't have enough time to create a complicated system in international football. As you do not show how many. Give me an example. How many international managers who succeeded internationally now came to club and did well?
I don't think does that ever. When do people? No one ever really starts international.
Yeah. No, not okay. But who sort of made their name? Because remember when Scalloni came back to Chelsea and what happened? How many guys made their name internationally, came to club, and also did really well when they came back to club? So it's like international isn't really. Remember, Didier Deschamps, he helped take Juve from Serie B to Serie A, and he was like a decent manager for Juve, and then that's what he did at the World Cup. This whole thing of like the manager is never really. I've never known the last time a manager was the reason a team won the trophy was 2004.
What about Italy?
Where was he from? Germany. Also, Ray
what about
Greece.
Italy?
No, Greece. For Ray Hago. That's not where. I don't know, bro. That was the manager because there's no way in heck they won.
Of course.
That was so basically the last time a major tournament was won by completely the tactical thing by manager was
even him, bro. He literally just parked the ball to score that set pieces.
No. AK tactics. That guy, it was tactics.
I mean, wait. It's complex tactics.
How did Portugal?
No. The way Greece played was like, yes, he organized them very well and knew how to organize them in how they were able to execute.
Okay, fine.
So, that was like, no, this guy, because bro, Greece, Greece had no business even sitting in that goddamn final. Bro, they beat Portugal, the host, twice. They beat Czech Republic, the best team at that tournament, and they beat Portugal. I'm sorry. France? That is management, bro.
Damn.
Sorry, France. True. They beat France, they beat the Czech Republic with the best team, and they beat Portugal twice. That's management. That's the last time a manager said what's up internationally.
What?
I said 2021. I think Mancini did a good job with it.
HH, that goes back, but then that goes back to you mentioned a German manager winning with Greece. In our continent, in Africa, a lot of our countries are managed by foreigners. But you're saying that the manager of said country must be the manager of said country. But I don't think that works all the time because I'll give you Congo's example right now. Sebastian de Sabre, guy was coaching in Morocco. He got fired twice by Wydad Casablanca. He ended up in the 4th division in France, and right now Congo's on an 8-game unbeaten run. A French guy from the middle of nowhere. But I think the thing is, if you have a foreign manager, you have to recognize what is the style of play and how can you be able to enhance that for the better.
No. But Elijah, my thing is, what makes international football? It's my country against your country. It's my culture against your culture. So I want to face your players, your manager, and your coach. So how does your manager, your coaching staff, the whole aspects of you interprets football? And that's for me. I thought that's the whole point of this whole international thing.
But the the problem with that type of thinking right now is that I would agree with you pre-21st century, but now, especially almost a quarter of a century in, when football is football is more like club football really dominates the scene compared to 20th century. 20th century international football was the thing, was the peak. That was the thing. Now it's the Champions League. It's club football competition. So as a result, even players often find a loyalty more, not all of them, but some of them more to their clubs than they do their own countries. And so as a result, any manager coming in is often inheriting players from different clubs from around the world, have different philosophies, have been taught, are being managed in completely different ways, have completely different results. So in order to win, yes, okay, there can be an element of like your the coach comes from their country, they'll speak the language, they've got the culture, so there'll be that element as well. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to work, given the different play styles that players play. Like the reality is, even people talking about Spain have technical. Like Spain in this recent Euros were incredibly direct. They weren't doing any of this ticky-tacky possession-based football sort of stuff that people are doing. I don't think they were technically that great in these Euros. They were just quite direct and effective with their wing play. That was it. You tell me Cucurella is a technically gifted like a Spaniard like Iniesta? No, of course not. So, but they got a manager who was a no man until this tournament to manage these players, to get the best out of these players, and it worked.
So so in that same vein, why can't that be Lee Carsley?
No, it could be. It could be. I've already told you. I've already said earlier that I think the reason why the FA made this decision in the first instance was the fact that they probably believed. Again, they only gave him an 18-month contract anyway, so it's not a long-term thing, and they already believe that they've already got the foundation ready. They just want this. They just believe that they've got a manager now on the market who's available, who's good, who's a tournament manager who could potentially win the World Cup. You know, so that's it. Like, I don't think this is the FA saying this is our long-term English identity. This is how it's the FA saying we've been so close for so long.
So on that point, do you feel? So we say it's almost like you're at a crossroads. So do you feel short-term winners the World Cup or no? Think long-term. Who is the next long-term guy that is better than Southgate?
But they're already thinking long-term. They've already planned long-term. This is why England is in this position. England in this position because they had their review some 5-10 years ago after the disaster class with Roy Hodgson, Sam Allardyce, all the rest of what have you. They've obviously been investing in the youth and grassroots level. That's why you've got the crop of talented players they have. Southgate obviously worked with them. Because all these people have worked with them. They've gotten them to a level where you can say that any manager comes in is inheriting a good group of players that can cook. So I think from the FA's point of view, they're thinking like, listen, we like, you know, because if you got to think about it, like before England was in quote successful as they were now, they probably would have been like, yeah, we'll give Southgate another deal, 2 finals, yeah, great, we'll give him another. That's success for us. But the FA are thinking, no, we want to go further than that. When this isn't the England of before where they're getting knocked out in group stages, not qualifying World Cups,
quarterfinals, yeah.
This is an England team that could potentially win a major trophy. We need to take them that level further. And right now, the only manager that's on the market that we think can do that, not a manager that can play identity or whatever it is, who is the manager that is available right now that could potentially win us a tournament, i.e. the World Cup next? Can Lee Carsley or can Thomas Tuchel? Thomas Tuchel, decision's over. Simple as that.
But
RDS
HH's argument, HH might be arguing that, you know, his belief is that the manager should always be from that country, but I think it should straight up just be a rule that your manager has to be from your country. Like the point you brought up, RDS, where all these players play internationally, all these different philosophies. Well, coaches go and play. Coaches are usually former players. They go and manage. They manage and are taught by different players. It could still be that shouldn't be like. I still think your manager. Like, think about this. Like, because every World Cup winning team, their managers from that country. I just have a hard time thinking how would Thomas Tuchel even celebrate winning a World Cup for England? He's not like how to like
no because artists. So the point of comment is like
he feels more home in England than Germany. Man.
Yeah, but that doesn't be PR. But my thing though is that like let's say when Spain win something, Argentina win something, it is fully an Argentine victory. That is fully an Ivorian victory. That is fully Spanish victory because from the top to bottom, from the federation, the coaching staff, the manager, the players, this is something that we can all celebrate as a whole. This is like a full-on victory because the coach manager came from our system, from our federation, from our education, from our institution.
The only people that care about that are loyalists. Do you honestly think the players, the federation?
No, my
goodness.
No, 100%. Of course they don't. No, Aris. I don't think it's like 1,000%. All people care about are we made the trophy with Moses, Mickey Mouse, or Tom and Jerry. I don't care. All I'm saying though is that shouldn't international football be a case of I'm facing your nation on
okay,
all levels?
But the thing is, you say at all levels, but we're only talking the manager here. Like, so where's the cutoff? So if the physios, if the medical team, if even the players who my mum has lived in some other country somewhere, and I just bought a passport, and now I'm the citizen, and I'm now the citizen, and now I'm playing for this team, which happens not so often. Like where we're making the cutoff here, it's not like all the players, all the staff, everyone that's involved.
Okay. My cutoff is the manager and coaching staff. That's the cutoff. Everything else, okay, fine. But I'll say the manager, his coaching staff, players should be from the country of origin or a citizen.
No, but that's only part. Yeah. That's only part. But see, that's the thing. That's only part of a footballing structure. You know, so whether it's the local FA and obviously the investments I make, that's a significant part. Where the players obviously come from, whether certain players go and poach dual passports or whatever it is, that's also part of it.
No. Okay, because my thing though is, okay, let's say England win the World Cup or the Euros. Is that a fully an English victory in terms of the version and everything? Or is it an English victory? Or should that victory also be partly complemented to German education as well? Which is where Tuchel came from. Because Tuchel is a benefit of the German football education and the German system.
But the thing is, I don't see the point. It's just like so because what's the outcome of this? Is that we're saying that so Germans are going to say this is our World Cup. We're going to celebrate.
No. But see, my thing is that this is not going to be wrong. I've just always felt, and look, this will never be wrong. I've just always felt that I just think that the whole point of international football, unlike club football, where club football, hire anybody. I thought the whole of international football is that, remember, there's a rule as to once you commit to a team, this is your country of origin. You can't start hopping from one country to another. So if we're going to do that for players, do that for the managers as well.
We don't do that for players though. We don't do it for players though. Like I'm saying,
no. If you play I think it's a one official game for a country, that's it. You can't.
I know, but what I'm saying is that, like, in terms of where the players are coming from, there are a lot of players that play for nations that they've not lived in the country, they've not had any experience of the culture or the football or everything, but they've just got a passport because they applied and they have now nationalized as part of their country. So they're all only in name are they. So the point I'm trying to make is that,
but I just do you know? See, now, do you know where this whole notion came from? The whole notion came from was. And it's changed a lot more now, which is actually a lot better. But for a long time, I'm watching AFCON and I'm like, white man. And this white man who, I've never heard of this guy before. This guy is a nobody. And suddenly he's coach of Cameroon. He's coach of Zambia. He's coach of Zimbabwe. He's coach of Angola. I'm like, so it's just the same white guy that's just like hopping from one Africa to one Africa. I say, wait, hang on. So none of the locals are able to get this job, but this guy who was a nobody and a failure in Europe can come to Africa.
And AJ, can I add to that? I mean, let's be real. And the English FA should have at least the standards of producing really, really good coaches who can be at least a real option for the English
and that's where the whole St. George's Park thing comes
also,
from. So.
I mean, Elijah brought up Congo, but sorry, we are not comparing Congo and England in terms of football infrastructure. The football infrastructure and the funding and etc. That you can't even produce decent manager.
But see, this is the problem. Like, you guys are thinking, like, I keep on emphasizing. Because the way you're making it sound is like Tuchel is somehow going to be here to revolutionize English football, and he's going to be here for long term. He's going to be.
No, he's here for the World Cup. He's here for the World Cup.
A contract of 18 months. This is not a long term.
No, it's not.
No. He literally said that I'm here to get the second star.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. So they're doing. So you got the thought process of it is not. Oh, we are so bad. We have no philosophy. Blah 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 blah. No, the thought process is. We know where we are. We have a very good squad, a very good team. We've got our philosophy. All the things you're talking about already there. We have been so close, as in Southgate, who is a manager that we can bring in, who we feel that's available right now, that can, because we don't know how long this is going to last. Because we can talk all about these hypothetical nonsense. Blah, blah, blah. Like I used the German example. Cool. You've got your philosophy, etc. You've got your German coaches. You failed to qualify from the group stage 2 times in the World Cup with all the talent, etc. That's gone. So we don't know. So unlike the German FA, they're like, yeah, we're gonna stick with Joachim Low and all the rest and see what happens. The FA are thinking, right, we don't know what's going to happen to talent in the future. We don't know if we're going to get another chance. Who is available right now that can potentially give us this dub? And then once we've got the dub, we've got the World Cup that we haven't had for freaking 60, 70 years, we can go and hire an English.
And also, I'll even end over there. Here's the thing. The issue is, if England don't do it, the guys are Germans. Here's the key thing. If England win, everything that we've said doesn't mean anything. Yeah. If Tuchel leads them to winning, not unless you're a psychopath or some sad loser, not a single person will be like, well, but he's German, so it doesn't really count. No. It will be drowned out by euphoria.
Of course not. Of course not. Because again, the context here is everything you're saying is fine, but we're bringing up footballing nations who have won trophies like regularly. At the end of the day, England have not won a trophy. They've got one international trophy, and they won it in 1966. I think people
and the ball didn't cross the line. The ball didn't cross the line, but continue.
They don't care. Like people, fans, no one. Even when the Daily Mail and all these people are talking about it, you read the comments, even England fans, they're thinking like, "Shut up!" Like if this guy gets us the dub, like. We don't care. We're gonna win. Like,
but I think that's what it is. Okay, so
something I'll be frustrated with.
Go for it.
If Tuchel, the whole thing, someone as a Bundesliga fan, fan of the German national team, everything. Something that always frustrates me and this is just a frustration I have with English football media and the fans. They always disregard the Bundesliga, Germany. It kind of goes back to the conversation of they think they're the elite. But if a German manager won them the World Cup, they would still disregard that he's a German manager, and then all of a sudden just go back to disrespecting the Bundesliga, disrespecting German football. That's they would do that, and that's something that's very frustrating for me. So that's just the point I want to bring up. If Tuchel were to go win this World Cup, and I think it's possible, he's that good of a manager. He's literally the world-class version of Gareth Southgate. That's what he is, and. If he goes and does that, then the frustrating me for as someone who I watch the Premier League, bro. I love the Premier League. I watch it without the Bundesliga, but then I'll come on the internet. I'll go on Twitter. I'll see the Daily Mail, Talk Sport, all these, and they'll be like, the German football's trash. German managers are overrated. England is the peak. Blah 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 blah. But bro, if a
but like you see, okay, here's the thing. You will never, and I'm sure Kenny and Adam say, you never change that mentality because you have to do the math. When you think of like England's role in the world, when you look at the Premier League, when you look at the popularity of the Premier League, and when you just look at the base arrogance of English people, not all English people, but for just the general, specifically from the media, the arrogance from the media, there's no way in hell will they be like, wow, man, we really need to give kudos to stuff beyond this island. There is still a bubble mentality where, look, I'll give you a good example. Like I just did like a video with Jojo, and like we're just talking about Chelsea, and then I then said like I was looking to Liverpool's fixture. I said, but Liverpool played AC Milan, and then he says that, man, I don't care about any of that foreign stuff, man. I was like, you can't say that.
No, but the thing with a lot of these people, they don't even watch it. That's the worst.
No, Kenny. They don't know it even exists.
They don't
anything outside the Premier, they don't know it exists. Only when the Champions League comes through.
When the Champions League.
Defense of that in defense, because people say, why didn't I watch? You do have to take into account the context of like watching football versus football in England.
Yeah, it's
expensive.
Very expensive.
Like the amount of that, because England don't have like one channel, even two channels where you can watch like all the games and pay a certain subscription fee. Like you have to subscribe to almost 5 or 6 different.
I mean, artists, maybe you'd remember this. I'm not sure about any of you people. Do you remember that program, World Soccer? And I think maybe even Trans World Sports.
I'll be right back.
Okay, sorry. So basically, there used to be this program called World Soccer. I think there was one called Trans World Sports where they used to show clips of leagues from all around the world. And this was a program every single week.
Channel 4. Was it Channel 4?
I think
Yeah, it was
so.
Channel
And
4.
I remember
Channel 4.
Transworld Sport as well. And what? And they
Channel 4
basically
back in the
just and basically they basically show clips and literally, so you just have like a very global view. Also, this is what's happening in Germany, what's happening in France, what's happening in Italy. But for some reason, the world has become so fragmented and so tribal that Premier League is here, Serie is here, thing is here, and everything's like, oh no, this is my league, this is our league, this is our league. Rather, why isn't there just one program that shows you highlights of leagues from all around the world? But why is the world has become so fragmented now where it's like, no, the Premier League is here, La Liga is here. It's like, no, but football is football.
It's because of the money and the TV rights. Like if you want to show that stuff, like it's a lot of money.
We have too many. We have Sky Sports, TNT,
TNT Sports, yeah.
But for me, at the core, like I said, obviously, and the thing is because it's the men's. But like I said, the women team is not managed by an English manager. And those guys, that same woman, I forgot her name, the Dutch.
Serena Vick.
Yeah.
She won a Euro. She won a Euro in London at Wembley. Yeah, like at Wembley. No one batted an eye. They will not care.
No.
If you bring them with like England, these guys.
No. But Kenny, it's like a pride. And Kenny, do you know what the weird thing is?
Yeah.
Let's say they do win, blah. There are some English people that it will actually hurt them deeply that we have to get a German to take us to victory. And also, Kenny, do the math. Specifically when your last great victory and your finest hour was against the Germans, the old enemy. And now we're not hiring him. Basically, it's all.
It depends. It depends on how it's done. Like I said, if it's beating Germany in the final on penalties with Tuchel sliding, they're celebrating that. They're celebrating. They're cooking.
Yeah,
they'll be cooking.
At some point, like these English, like beggars can't be choosers. Like you guys, like at some point, like I'm sorry, you've tried with your managers, and that even if you wins, that shows how bad like your country and your football association has been run as coaching, as like your coaching and how they develop managers. But the players are still there. So are you gonna handicap the players to keep your pride? Like,
imagine this. Imagine England win the World Cup on U.S. soil. The World Cup final is in one of the original colonies, New York. They beat Germany in the final with a German manager.
No. Guys,
Why?
It's like think about it. German manager, America, the old colony, and the final is in New York.
Yeah.
But see, if ever there's a World Cup to win, it's this one on American soil. And now, what if England America final, Pulisic? No, bro. If that happens, England is taking back America.
AJ will become Uncle Sam.
Wait, it's going to go from New York to just York. It's going to become New York afterwards. Eminence, so talk to me. I'm going to Eminence.
Yorkshire.
Look, listen, yeah. I'm genuinely disappointed. What?
So
what's going on?
Was New York used to be called Yorkshire? Is that York?
No, it used to be. No, it's New York, but it comes from York.
Wasn't it called New Amsterdam at one point?
Yeah, Yorkshire. Yeah, they just named it.
Okay, but hold on. Eminence, go for it. Eminence.
Well, can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes.
Bro, I'm disappointed from the media, bro. Like literally, I'm disappointed. Gary Neville, Jamie Carragher, Harry Redknapp, bro. They're chatting rubbish. You have a manager, yeah, who knows how to get to knockout competitions. He knows how to get to finals.
And we know that personally in 2021.
Yeah. As Chelsea fans, we know that. And you're saying, oh, he's not English, he's German. Why does that matter, bro? Like, I get it. If you're saying, yeah, that there was an elite manager, English manager who was available, I understand it, but we don't have one. No. Frank Lampard, is he elite? He's not elite. No. Eddie Howe is not elite. Graham Potter, he's not elite. Like, who's elite? Who's an elite manager?
And also, Eminence, reality is you're so close. And do you feel that? And this is people coming from you, from the media, who say that the reason why you didn't win those funds was due to Southgate. Euros, my Southgate, you were too negative. Oh, the other final, Southgate, you're not proactive enough. This is a guy who we saw what he did to Man City in that final, and we've seen what he was able to do in knockout games, where he's a known tactician.
Yeah.
So this is 1 + 1 = 2.
people keep saying, "Oh, in the final, Pep over 40, he didn't play a DM." Like, who cares, bro? He still had the game plan to beat Pep. Yeah. So for me, like, this is a great appointment. The only thing I would say though is Tuchel has a history of like falling out with people, and I feel like the media are gonna get onto him if he loses, like, I don't know, if he loses his first 2 games or whatever. Yeah, they're gonna be like, "Why do you have a German in charge?"
That's what happened last season in the Bundesliga.
Yeah.
Just
that's what I'm saying. So I feel like there's a lot of pressure on Tuchel to hit the ground running. Obviously, how he's gonna manage the egos, I'm not too scared.
I mean, do you think he leads England to the World Cup?
Does he win it?
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at the history of the World Cup, right? Every team that's won, I think they've had the manager from that country. If yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So
yes.
If he does it, that's dud. That's dud. If
yes.
He
100%.
Yeah. So this is massive for Tuchel, and I think.
So on that point, okay, so a soccer manager has not won, but what does that mean? Like, I don't think that's relevant, because when you look at the managers who've won it, are you saying they won it based off because they came from that country? I just don't understand how that's like an extra difficulty thing of like, because you're not from the country, that's for.
No, I'm saying people that are patriotic, quote unquote, they're saying, you have to be from that country to win. I'm like, no, if you're good enough, you surely can have the job and you have the chance to win it. Why does it matter where you're from? I get the England-Germany rivalry. Obviously, there's politics and all that bullshit, yeah. But the guy is good enough to get you to a final and actually win it. He has the record. Like, why are we
and also, like, let's broke. I think I saw a way to make the point. Like, if England win it, nobody is gonna put an asterisk of like, well, it was with the German manager. No one's gonna.
Bro, that's what I'm saying.
No one's gonna do that.
That's what I'm saying. No, everyone, Leicester Square, Trafalgar Square, everyone's gonna be celebrating. No one cares.
Everyone's gonna be. They'll be too drunk to even know where the manager is from.
Exactly.
So
the whole thing.
Can I say one last thing?
Hold on. Let me just come to you, Eminence.
The whole outrage is just, obviously, as a Chelsea fan, I'm gassed because obviously I'm a Chelsea guy in it. So obviously I'm an England fan as well, but the whole Tuchel being there just makes me happy, man. Finally, we get to see him and I also like the fact that he's managing a national team as well, because we've never seen him do like a national team. So
you feel that because see, Eminence, says the thing, to do better than Southgate is actually going to win it. Because Southgate has been to 2 finals. So if he gets knocked in a semi or a quarters, you've regressed from Southgate. So do you feel he'll at least make a final? Or because here's my thing now, I don't know whether they'll carry him on for the Euros, but let's just say, so do you think by the time he leaves, he'll win either the World Cup or the Euros with England?
I have a theory. I think what they're doing, I think they're waiting for Pep to decide what he's going to do with City. If he's going to sign a new deal, or if he's going to leave. So I think they're waiting for Pep to basically, the contract 18 months, isn't it? So they're saying maybe they're thinking if Pep is going to leave by 2026, maybe 18 months, by then Tuchel will be done and then we bring in Pep. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. Because I feel like there's a reason why they gave him. Huh?
That's not a bad shot.
I feel like there's the reason why they gave him this short-term deal, because 18 months doesn't make sense really when you think about it. But I guess I don't know what's going on, but listen, I think he can win the World Cup, man. Let's see.
Pupinda, let's say something real quick. Pupinda.
Yeah. I still do think that's the right fit. He was the right man for this job. But let's say they I don't know, go out in the round of 16 of the World Cup. I don't think the English FA will hire another foreign manager unless it's Pep. Let's be real. I don't think after that they would have.
If it's like an epic disaster.
And the tricky thing with that is, will by then be there an English manager who is a top option for the English FA to be the next manager? I don't think so. I don't think that in the next 18 months there will be someone popping out of nowhere, an English manager who can take over that job. So I think that's why I think England should, or the English FA should, do more in terms of how they develop their coaches, because I don't think you can rely on other nations to produce great coaches. So that's, I think, what should happen to the group.
Basically, what I'm saying is, Tuchel, you have your direction is Dodo, aka Doe, to give Winston that damn World Cup. Eminence. Let him give me 1 year and then we can see. Guys, so I'll see you guys on Saturday, guys. Peace out, peace out, peace out, peace out.